kicking across your radio dial from left to right. The deep man for San Francisco is R.W. McQuarters. The series has been dominated by the 49ers. San Francisco has taken 8 of 10. The series 43-20-1. In the regular season, the 49ers beat the Falcons 31-20. Then in the Dome, the Falcons won 31-19. San Francisco with 24 playoff wins. They are second to Dallas with 32. The Falcons have won 10 straight here at the Georgia Dome. And the Falcons are set and ready to go. It has been a marvelous run this season. Falcons have won 10 in a row at home. It bears repeating. They've won 9 in a row overall. 12 of 13, 14 of 16, 19 of 22, 20 of 24. Only 3 men in NFL history have taken 3 different teams to the playoffs. Chuck Knox, Bill Parcells, and now Dan Reeves. We are ready, and we are set to go, waiting for Morton Anderson to kick off. Right now, Fox is interviewing Jamal Anderson, Jeffrey, and that's the difference in the postseason.
That's TV. That's postseason. That's Fox paying the big bucks, too, to get the chance to interview a player like Jamal right before the kickoff. Randy Fuller is hiding down here in this, running around the 4-yard line on the kickoff team. I thought for a little bit there was only 10 players who just finally found it.
Fans are on their feet here in the Georgia Dome. Falcons in their black helmets, black jerseys, silver pants with red trim. The Niners in those gold helmets, white jerseys, gold pants, and red trim jerseys. There we go. Morton Anderson now running, stepping up to the football, and lets it go. We are underway. The NFC Division playoff game here in the Georgia Dome. R.W. McQuarters downs it 5 yards deep in the end zone. And the San Francisco 49ers will take over the ball. They are led by the quarterback, Steve Young, the veteran All-Pro out of Brigham Young. The running back is Garrison Hearst, the 6-year man out of Georgia. Mark Edwards is the fullback. The wide receiver, the greatest in NFL history, Jerry Rice. And Terrell Owens, the big man up front. The left tackle is Derek Deese. Ray Brown is the left guard. Center is Chris Goldman. Right guard, Kevin Gogan. Kirk Strafford is the right tackle. And Greg Clark is the tight end. First and 10 for the 49ers from the 20-yard line. Here is the give. It is to Garrison Hearst. Hearst left side picks up 6 yards, and he is tackled by Chuck Smith. Garrison Hearst is hurt right now. He is clutching his knee. And now the medical personnel from the 49ers are coming out to see the situation on Garrison Hearst. He came into this game with a sore hamstring. You saw him go out of the game against the Green Bay Packers late in the 4th quarter last week at 3Com in Northern California. But, Jeff, this would appear to be more than a hamstring. It looks like it's probably a knee.
He went down like a shot. He was clutching his right ankle, but it could have been a little bit higher. Henry Crockett had a shot him in the backfield. Should have had him. Look at the replay right now. And, twisted his ankle bad, Jeff, and maybe his knee too, but his left ankle sort of caught on the turf as Chuck Smith took him down and really twisted it. And I don't know how serious it is to the ankle. The ankle certainly took a twist. It might have gone higher up, as you said, to the knee, and I don't think he's going to be able to play.
Garrison Hearst makes his home in the Atlanta metro area in North Fulton County in the off-season, and now there are 5 medical personnel standing over him right now. We will take a break. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. This injury report brought to you by Piedmont Hospital. They have brought out the motorized cart to take Garrison Hearst off of the football field. First play from the line of scrimmage, Hearst along the left side twisted an ankle in a very horrible way. We have just seen a replay, and it is very, very difficult to watch, Jeff. My goodness. It is just awful. And he is being taken off the field right now after a 7-yard pickup. And it will be replaced in the lineup by the 6-year pro out of Virginia, Terry Kirby. A lot of folks here inside this Georgia Dome remember Garrison Hearst playing in Athens for the University of Georgia. He has a lot of fans in here. And as we mentioned before the break, also calls Atlanta his home. Lives in North Fulton County in the off-season, and let's hope that that is not too serious.
Yeah, he's coming off just a tremendous year as a pro, a great football player, an all-pro football player, and certainly in this state, beloved in this state for the years at Georgia.
2 tight ends for San Francisco, 2nd and 3 from the 27. Here is the give, right side to Terry Kirby, tackled by Jesse Tuggle, and he will be short of a San Francisco first down. It will bring up 3rd down as the 49ers with a double tight end set They are looking at third and a little more than one from their own 29-yard line.
San Francisco, very good third down team. I thought the Falcons outstanding this year, 42%. San Francisco converts 46% of their third down. This is an offensive machine.
Owens and Rice to the left on third and a long one from the 29. Offset formation behind Steve Young. Here is the give. It is to Mark Edwards, the fullback, and I don't believe he got it. It looks as though he is short of the first down, and the Falcons are celebrating the hammer Jesse Tuggle along with Henri Crockett on the tackle. They lead the celebration, and Jeff, that is a heck of a start for this Atlanta Falcons team to stop San Francisco on third and one.
Playing on their side of the football. Great play by Jesse to take on Edwards in the hole, but it was Lester Archambault whipping up the field against Crawford and inside Travis Hall against Kevin Gogan. That made the play, open the hole for Jesse Tuggle. Tremendous play.
Reggie Roby is the punter for San Francisco. He stands at his own 15-yard line. The deep man for Atlanta is Tim Dwight out around the 26-yard line. Here's the punt, a wobbly, long spiral. Dwight takes it at the 29. Trying to take it to the outside, then cut it back to the left, and he is tackled at the 32-yard line by Chuck Levy, the running back playing on special teams. It's a 41-yard punt from Reggie Roby and a 2-yard return for Tim Dwight. Let's go to Pete Davis, who is on the sidelines, the Falcon sidelines of the Georgia Dome.
It may be nasty outside, but inside the dome, everybody is high and dry, ready to see the Falcons spank the 49ers. I can't remember the last time I saw so many people wearing Falcons jerseys. It's a sea of black with the red and white GST pom-poms bouncing around, but unlike the Peach Bowl cows, they don't go very far when you throw them. Back to you, Jeff.
First and 10 from the 32-yard line of the Falcons, led by Chris Chandler, Jamal Anderson, and Brian Kozlowski in I formation. Martin and Mathis split to the left. That's the far side of the football field. Now Mathis in motion to the near side, changes direction. Here's the give. Jamal Anderson right side, and then trying to cut it back. There is a penalty marker down around the 32-yard line. Roy Barker, the left end, makes the tackle on Jamal Anderson, but that call will go against the Falcons.
Robbie Tobeck, they've got Junior Bryant offset on him. Very difficult reach block. That's what forced the cut back to the left. That play was designed to go right. Robbie Tobeck holding Junior Bryant, the defensive tackle.
So a big one marked off against the Falcons for their first play for the line of scrimmage. Our referee today is Jerry Markbright, maybe the best in the National Football League. He has 25 playoff games. Anderson and Kozlowski, the running backs. Martin and Mathis are the wide receivers. Tight end is O.J. Santiago, Ephraim Salam, Gene Williams, Robbie Tobeck, Calvin Collins, and Bob Whitfield. First and 20 from the 22-yard line of the Falcons. Mathis to the right side, Martin to the left. Now Mathis in motion. Chandler will throw, straight drop, setting up, pumping, now keeping the ball, running to the left. He'll keep the football and goes down at the 25-yard line. Tackled by another Atlanta resident, Chris Dolman, who lives in Alpharetta, and he stops Chris Chandler as Chandler was trying to take it to the outside. Look for some running room. He gains 2, so it's second and 18 from the 24. Let's set the San Francisco defensive side. The right end is Chris Dolman. The right tackle, Junior Bryant. Gabe Wilkins, the left tackle. Left end is Roy Barker. Linebackers are Lee Woodall, Winfred Tubbs, and Ken Norton. The quarterbacks, Marquez Pope, Merton Hanks, Tim McDonald, and Darnell Walker, the former Falcon. Second and 18 now from the 24-yard line. Mathis to the right, Martin to the left. Offset I behind Chris Chandler. Now in motion is Kozlowski. Chandler will throw again. Quick drop, has time, looking near side, overshoots Terrence Mathis, incomplete. There wasn't much room for Terrence Mathis to do anything along the near side of the football field toward the Falcon bench. He was well covered by the secondary of the San Francisco 49ers. Darnell Walker in on the coverage for the Niners. When you talk about this San Francisco team and you talk about their defense, it is a defense that is ranked 23rd against the pass in the National Football League. They've been fairly effective at stopping the run, but the pass has been another story. Tim Dwight is checked into the ballgame. Falcons with 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Jamal Anderson, single setback on third and 18 from the Falcons 24. Chandler will throw, setting up, going near side. Has his man Terrence Mathis out of bounds around the 41-yard line. That will be 2 yards short of the Falcons' first down. It's a pickup of 17, tackled by Antonio Langham, the left cornerback. So the Falcons will be forced to punt the ball over. Both teams have had an opening possession, and both are forced to punt the ball away. R.W. McQuarters is the deep man for San Francisco. The punter, of course, is Dan Straczynski. He had 25 fair catches on his punts in 1998. That is a record for him. Here's the snap, and Straczynski gets it away. It is a high spiral will take over the football. It's a 37-yard punt. We have 11 minutes and 3 seconds left in the opening quarter of play from the sold-out Georgia Dome. Falcons and 49ers are scoreless. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Today's game is brought to you by Blockbuster and the Atlanta area Toyota dealers. Let's go to Pete Davis along the Falcons sideline.
Falcons linebacker Craig Sauer, who missed some practice this week, loosened up his sore hamstring by using the exercise bike when the Falcons had... Oh, back to you, Jeff.
49ers have the football at their own 18-yard line. And Garrison Hearst in the first series, first play, picked up 7 yards and then injured his ankle. He was carried off on a cart. He is gone. Owens and Stokes now are split to the right and to the left. First down, Young will throw, fires it across the middle, Stokes complete. 25-yard line. Cornelius Bennett in on the stop for the Falcons. It's a gain of 7. Call it 2nd and 3 now from the 25.
Booker did a nice job on Stokes in the last game here. Held him to 1 catch for 10 yards. This time to go right after him with a quick slant. A little surprising, too. It is Stokes and Owens, not Rice in there, in the 2 wide receiver set. The matchup of Rice on Booker could be interesting.
2nd and 3 from the 25. Rice to the right, Owens to the left. Here is the give. It is to the tailback, Terry Kirby. The replacement for Garrison Hearst. Nowhere to go. He is tackled. No gain. Henry Crockett, the left linebacker, came up to make the stop. Henry is fast and quick, has great pursuit. 6'2", 250-pounder in his second year out of Florida State. The San Francisco offense, number 1 in rushing. They are number 2 in the pass, and overall in the National Football League, they are the number 1 offensive team out of everybody. Falcons defense, number 2 against the rush, number 21 against the pass, and number 8 overall. Stokes, Rice, and Owens are in. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Steve Young. Young will throw. Falcons show blitz. Here's the pass. It's broke up by Ray Buchanan. The intended receiver was Jerry Rice at around the 30-yard line, but Buchanan was there and made a terrific play to back the football away, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's great coverage by Ray Buchanan. He's getting some help, though. They're bringing Brooking and they're dropping Cornelius Bennett, and they're twisting in the middle. So a lot of pressure on Young, but a good coverage job by Ray Buchanan, not causing any interference.
Reggie Roby on 4th down stands at his 7-yard line. The deep man is Tim Dwight. He is at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Here's the snap and the punt from Reggie Roby. It is a high, booming spiral, taking Dwight back to the 26-yard line. Far side of the football field. Tim Dwight puts him running room. 35-40, 45-50. Has a man to beat. Can he get around him? No. Brought down in San Francisco 49er territory by Reggie Roby, the punter. A 51-yard punt and a 30-yard return by Tim Dwight. Man, oh man, how about that Tim Dwight? And the Falcons have something cooking. It's scoreless. 9:32 left in the opening quarter of play. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Back inside the Georgia Dome, I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Noten and Pete Davis. A 51-yard punt by Reggie Roby, a 30-yard return by Tim Dwight, and we have talked about it before that Reggie Roby is so strong and can punt the ball so long that sometimes, Jeff, he simply outpunts his coverage.
He does it a lot, I think, and the difference in his net grows about 7 yards, and great wall set up that time. I think part of it was Keith Brooking.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers. Mathis to the right, Martin to the left, I formation behind Chris Chandler. Now it's Mathis in motion. Chandler, draw play. Jamal Anderson, right side, now taking it to the left. Has some running room. 35-30, 25, still on his feet. Run down to the 23-yard line. First down for the Falcons. And listen to the crowd inside the Georgia Dome. Jamal Anderson with the big gain, and the Falcons are rolling.
And a great cutback by Jamal Anderson. Whitfield on one side, whipping the right end, Barker. But it's a missed tackle by Ken Norton, and then Jamal Anderson running over and through. Darnell Walker, Marquez Pope, they don't want him back here in that secondary.
Gain of 14 yards, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Mathis to the right. To the left is Tony Martin. I formation behind Chris Chandler. Long count, now in motion. Mathis near side. Here's the give. Jamal left side, looking for some running room, and this time not finding any. He is wrapped up by the interior of the San Francisco 49ers line and tackled for a pickup of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. 2nd and 9 now from the 23 of the 49ers. Tackled by Ken Norton and Winfred Tubbs. Let's go to Pete Davis.
San Francisco running back Garrison Hearst. Fibula. It has official word, a broken fibula in his left leg. Back to you, Jeff.
Sorry to hear that. 2nd and 9 from the 23. Martin left, Mathis right. O.J. Santiago is on the right side as the tight end. Single setback is Jamal Anderson. Now here's Mathis in motion. Going to the far side of the field. Play action. was the intended receiver, but Chandler was catching a lot of heat, was forced to throw that football a lot quicker than he wanted, and also to throw it as he was retreating backwards. Chris Dolman in on the pressure.
Well, it's a bad scheme when you got Jamal Anderson blocking Chris Dolman, but I think Chris Chandler misread coverage. They had Ken Norton man for man on Mathis short, and that's why Marquez Polk almost picked that ball off deep. Misread coverage made by Chris Chandler.
Falcons now with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side on 3rd and 9 from the 23. Here comes the pressure on Chandler. Chandler gets to the right. Mathis open. 10. Cuts it back inside. 5. Down to the 3. First down Falcons. And listen again to the crowd on their feet. Falcons are threatening. It's a gain of 21 yards. Mathis all by himself to the near side. And on the tackle for San Francisco, saving a touchdown, Darnell Walker and R.W. McCorders.
Oh, nice job by Gene Williams. Chandler has to step up. Williams does a nice job of riding Bryant wide, and they're broken coverage. Had to be. I don't think McDonald, the safety's in the place where he needs to be. Terrence Mathis settles down. He's wide open.
Falcons, one of the best teams in the National Football League, inside the red zone. First and goal now for the 3. Double tight end set. I formation. Kozlowski and Jamal Anderson. Now 3 tight ends for the Falcons. Here's the give. Jamal Anderson left side. Now trying to cut it back in. No go. Nothing. No gain. Tackle by Gabe Wilkins, the left tackle. Bring up 3rd and goal from about the 2.5-yard line. Jamal Anderson with 3 carries this afternoon. He has a total of 16 yards. Chandler has thrown 4 times, completed 2 of them for 38. Falcons 3 tight ends now. 2nd and goal from the 2. Kozlowski and Jamal Anderson behind Chris Chandler. Ed Smith. Jamal Anderson, the give straight up the middle. Spinning left, spinning in. Touchdown, 33rd dance is rocking and rolling inside the Falcons end zone. Falcons on the board first.
Nice job by Jamal. Just a tremendous job by Jamal. A little misdirection as Kozlowski goes one way, Jamal goes another. Kozlowski to the right, Jamal to the left, and Jamal makes the cutback, spinning and twisting. Great effort to get it in the end zone. 15th touchdown of the year for Jamal rushing.
15 touchdowns for Jamal Anderson. And inside that 5-yard line, he is so tough, so dominant. And the Falcons are on the board, and the folks are on their feet. Here's Morton Anderson with a point after attempt. The snap, the hold by Dan Straczynski. On the way, it's up, and it is good. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left in the opening quarter of play. The Falcons lead the 49ers 7-0. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Let's pause for station identification on the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Falcons scoring drive, 6 plays, 38 yards, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Jamal Anderson, the 2-yard touchdown run, the big one to set it up, the 21-yard pass to Terrence Mathis. And don't forget about the 36-yard punt return by Tim Dwight, a playoff record for the Atlanta Falcons. 7-0, Falcons lead the Niners, 6:25 left in the opening quarter of play. Morton Anderson kicking from left to right across the radio dial. The deep man is R.W. McCorders. Here's the kick, and it is a short one at the 7, 10, 15, 20. McCorders still on his feet, out across the 25, and brought down at the 28-yard line by Ruffin Hamilton on special teams. So we'll take another look at Steve Young, who comes out onto the football field. They will mark it at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for the San Francisco 49ers. In case you are just joining us, opening play from the line of scrimmage for the 49ers. Garrison Hearst picked up 7 yards, but in the process, as he was spinning looking for some extra running room, he was brought down and fell on his ankle, a broken ankle, and he, of course, is gone. Broken fibula. 1st and 10 from the 28 is San Francisco. Receiver to the right and the left. Falcons blitz. Here's the give. It's to Chuck Levy. And Levy is brought down at the 21. It is a loss of 7 yards. Lester Archambault came crashing across. Trying to get anything on that Falcons defense on the ground is tough stuff. Falcons are tied for 9th in the NFL against the rush. Against the pass, they are 29th, and overall, they are 23rd. When you talk about a guy having a great football season, it is Lester Archambault. He has played astonishingly well. Terry Kirby now is jogging without his helmet and some medical personnel. And he is on his way to the San Francisco locker room. We'll see if we get an update on his health. 2nd and 16 now from the 22-yard line. Steve Young will throw. Here comes the pressure. Dumps it off to the running back, Mark Edwards. And Edwards is nailed by Henri Crockett. Crockett came cutting and slashing across to take care of the screen pass. Nothing doing. And the 49ers are looking at 3rd and 16 now from the 22-yard line.
Just great reaction. Henri Crockett. They got their two big linemen out in front. Ray Brown first, and then Gogan, the two 300-pound blusters. He ducks inside of Ray Brown to make that tackle. Tremendous play by Henri Crockett. This defense is really geared up. Both their starting runners, the number 1 and 2 running backs out. Chuck Levy now playing running back for the 49ers. Great advantage, Falcons.
3rd and 15 from the 23. 4 wide receivers for the 49ers. Young will throw, firing across the middle. Has his man. It's Terrell Owens, but he is wrapped up at the 34-yard line, well short of the first down by the veteran Eugene Robinson. In on the coverage for the Atlanta Falcons. It's a pickup of 11 yards, and it means 4th down. Tim Dwight checks into the game. He will be the deep man for the Falcons. The punter is Reggie Roby, Thunderfoot, as they have called him for many years when he was with the Miami Dolphins, and of course, his 15th year out of Iowa.
That's Herman Weaver.
Now they also call him Thunderfoot.
You can't have Herman Weaver's Thunderfoot designation. 0 for 3 third downs now. The 49ers against this Falcon defense.
Reggie Roby standing at his 20-yard line. Here's the snap. He gets the punt away. It is a high, towering spiral. Dwight near side at the 15. Now taking it to the far side of the football field. Cutting it back in. 15, 16, wrapped up. Not a lot of running room there. Tackled by Mark Edwards. A 49-yard punt and a 1-yard return by Tim Dwight. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left. Opening quarter of play. Falcons lead the 49ers 7-0. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Back inside the sold-out Georgia Dome, where the Falcons lead the San Francisco 49ers 7-0. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in the opening quarter of play. Falcons have the football now, 1st and 10 from their 16-yard line. Terrence Mathis to the right. Tony Martin to the left. Offset I formation behind Chris Chandler. 49ers are showing blitz. Here's the give. Right side, Jamal Anderson now trying to come back in, but he is dragged down. No room at all by the San Francisco 49er linebacker Lee Woodall, and it is a gain of maybe a half a yard. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like they're not going to give him any gain at all. Let's go to Pete Davis quickly along the Falcon sideline.
49ers running back Jerry Kirby is having his left ankle looked at in the locker room. His return is questionable. Back to you, Jeff.
This injury break brought to you by Piedmont Hospital. 2nd and 10 now from the 16. Falcons now offset I, back into an I formation of Kozlowski and Jamal Anderson. Mathis left, Martin to the right. Here's the draw play. Jamal Anderson. Anderson up to the line of scrimmage and being ridden down by 2 members of the San Francisco 49er defense, Winfred Tubbs and Ken Norton. Both combined on Jamal, and it'll be a pickup of 1 yard. So Falcons looking at 3rd and 9 now from the 17-yard line. Jamal 6 carries for 20 yards.
Not a very good job of picking up the blitz. It's a nice play to have, the draw play against the blitz, but you got to stick and stay. Bob Hallam got to stay on Winfred Tubbs. Might have had a chance to break that because there's a lot of room between that front 7 when they're blitzing in the secondary.
3rd and 9 from the 17-yard line. Harold Green has checked into the ball game. 3 wide receivers, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. So Chris Chandler, long count. Here comes the pressure. Penalty marker is down. Chandler throws complete. Tony Martin far side of the football field. Falcons 1st down. He is knocked out of bounds at the 37, but let's see if Junior Bryant of the 49ers was offside. That's what it looked like from here.
Yeah, he was offside. Stepped over and didn't get back at a free play. Nice job of Martin driving off Marquez Polk. It's a little help from Zach Bronson, but a good pass.
Right end, penalty decline, 1st down. Nice pickup by the Falcons. Gain of 20 on 3rd and 9. That's how you deliver. The Falcons on 3rd down conversions, one of the best teams in the NFL. They're now 2 for 3 in that department already today. That's a good news. 1st and 10 from the 37 of the Falcons. Martin left, Mathis to the right.
54 passes of more than 20 yards, too, this year for this Falcon team. That's a phenomenal number, and they pick it up when they need it.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. I formation now behind Chris Chandler. Mathis right, Martin to the left. Long count. Chandler, play action, setting up, coming near side, quick out. Caught by Terrence Mathis. Out of bounds, very close to another Falcons 1st down. But there may be a hold against Robbie Toback. That is the initial indication as Toback was working on Junior Bryant.
Robbie's having his troubles. Junior Bryant is not very big. He's very, very quick, and he gets on the edge of the shoulder.
Number 61, offense. 10-yard penalty. Junior Bryan. He's 6'4", 280 pounds, fourth-year pro out of Notre Dame. And congratulations to Terrence Mathis. Early this morning, his wife had a baby, a 6-pound little girl. Mother and daughter are doing fine, and so is father right now.
Never forget that birthday.
So the Falcons are looking at 1st and 20 from their 27-yard line. Martin and Mathis are to the left. Kozlowski now split as a wide out to the right side. Jamal Anderson single setback behind Chris Chandler. Now Mathis in motion near side. Chandler will throw. Here comes the pressure trying to set up the screen. Gets it to Jamal. 27, 30, 35. Spinning, still on his feet. Tackled at the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 for the Falcons, short of a first down. But that's how you eat into that yardage. Marquez Pope came up to make the tackle, but there were missed tackles by the 49ers. Brinson Buckner, the left tackle, had a chance on Jamal Anderson, and Jamal was able to bust away from it.
Well, he has a sixth sense, a feel for where somebody is, and I think this is Buckner closing in from behind him, and he steps out of his tackle. He feels him from behind him, and he lifts his legs as he wraps.
2nd and 10, 37-yard line of the Falcons, up 7-0. Still second first quarter, 50 seconds left. Falcons jump offside. Looked like Bob Whitfield over at his left tackle slot sort of forgot the count and just kind of went charging ahead of the rest of his 10 teammates.
Shane Bonham was about to jump off for the 49ers, too.
False start, number 70. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Falcons with 3 penalties, Jeffrey, and 25 yards.
Very sloppy. And the problem when you're like Robbie, getting 2 holding penalties on a big game like this, doesn't want to hurt his football team. You got to get in his mind not to take away his aggressiveness. He's still got to play the way he normally plays and can't be afraid to get the hat trick with 3 holding penalties, because if you do, all of a sudden you got a big advantage on a defensive lineman over you.
30 seconds left in the opening quarter of play. 2nd and 15 from the Falcons' 32-yard line. Martin right, Mathis left, draw play. Jamal Anderson left side now trying to finish to the outside. Looking for some running room and up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 8, tackled by Winfred Tubbs. So 3rd and 7 now for the Falcons with the ball spotted at the 40-yard line, and that will be the final play of the opening quarter of play here inside the sold-out Georgia Dome. The Falcons are off to a good start. A very good start. Falcons lead the 49ers after the first quarter, 7-0. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Today's game brought to you by Georgia Power. We are done with 1 quarter. Falcons lead 7-0. Some of the stats: Falcons with 4 first downs, San Francisco without any. Rushing yards, 1 yard for the Niners, 30 for the Falcons. Passing yards, 21 for San Francisco, 66 for the Falcons. So total offensive yards, Falcons with 96, 22 for San Francisco, and the all-important time of possession, Falcons are out front there at 9 minutes and 7 seconds, 5 minutes and 53 seconds for the San Francisco 49ers. And again, it's 7-0. Falcons lead the Niners. Falcons now operating from right to left across the radio dial to begin the second quarter. Falcons now with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Terrence Mathis now in motion. He'll go to the right side. Here comes the blitz from San Francisco. Chandler will throw, flip out to Tony Martin. It's caught just short of midfield. In fact, they will call it at the 50-yard line. Marquez Pope on the coverage for the 49ers. It's a gain of 10, and the Falcons come up with first down.
49ers come with a zone blitz. They bring the safety, Zach Bronson and Norton, over the right side of the Falcons line. Dolman dropping back, trying to help out Marquez Pope, but he's not anywhere near in the position a linebacker was. Nice pitch and catch, overcoming 2 penalties to make that first down.
1st and 10 from midfield. Tony Martin left, Terrence Mathis right. I formation behind Chris Chandler. 1 count. Jamal Anderson right up the middle. Here's the give, and he is down quickly, but into San Francisco 49er territory, down to the 48 of the Niners. Kim McDonald on the tackle. It's a pickup of 2. Let's go to Pete Davis along the Falcon sideline.
That next to last play came close, but Dan Reeves seems to be doing fine on the sideline. Not as animated as usual, but looking good with his bodyguard, GM Harold Richardson, at his side. Back to you, Jeff.
Harold is a tough guy. Don't want to mess with him. So Dan is well protected along that Falcon sideline. 2nd and 8 from the 48 of the Niners. This is the 8th play of the drive. Martin to the left, Mathis to the right. Offset I formation behind Chris Chandler. Chandler will throw. Setting up, looking. Far side of the football field. It's complete. Falcons first down. Terrence Mathis on the reception up to around the 37-yard line. Darnell Walker on the coverage for the 49ers. But the Falcons are moving on this drive, and Jeff, you made an excellent point that they are moving despite those penalties.
Yeah, it's great to overcome the penalties. This is a great play because it's well out the linebacker. Woodall's got to run with him. It opens up that little circle in route right in front of Darnell Walker. Falcons are challenging with Martin and Mathis against these two corners.
Gain of 13, first and 10, 37-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers. I formation behind Chandler. Mathis in motion, near side now. Here's the give, right side. Jamal trying to take it to the outside. Now he cuts back, and he's looking at a lot of 49ers, but I don't know how he got out of that. He was able to get back and pick up a yard or two. Darnell Walker was there. Some missed tackles by the 49ers. Roy Barker, the left end, had his arms around Jamal, and Jamal made a quick move at the last moment and was able to pick up 1 yard, which is heroic, all things considered, because it could have been a loss of about 4 or 5.
Tough to reach Barker. Ephraim Salam has got to reach Barker, but when he's playing out in like what they call a 9 technique outside of his outside shoulder, that's a tough reach block, difficult to get around. Jamal does a nice job, as you said, Jeff, getting back and past the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 from the 36 of the Niners. Tim Dwight is checked into the ballgame. 4 wide receivers, Falcons, 3 near side, 1 to the far side. Chandler in trouble and goes down. Chris Chandler sacked by Shane Bonham, the right tackle, and the protection wall collapsed in a hurry. He is brought down at the 44-yard line. So Falcons now looking at 3rd and 17.
Poor, very poor by the offensive line. Shane Bonham and Brinson Buckner, backup defensive tackles, not even projected as starting on his football team, and have come on and helped him out recently. But the inside 3, Tolbeck, and now Bob Howland's in there for Colin Gene Williams. They got to shut those 2 guys down.
3rd and 17 from the 44. The Niners, 3 wide receivers, Ronnie Harris and Mathis left, Martin right. Chandler will throw, setting up, firing across the middle, and it's incomplete. Tony Martin was out there at the 24-yard line, but the ball was underthrown. Again, Chandler facing a lot of heat from that front of the San Francisco 49ers. Charles Haley, the veteran out of James Madison, 6'5", 255-pounder, signed for the postseason, and that'll bring up 4th down as the drive stalls.
Yeah, but it was Bonham again on Howland. I don't know why they made the switch from Howland to Collins, but that's twice now that Bob Howland hadn't done a very good job pass protecting against Shane Bonham.
So Dan Straczynski stands at his 42-yard line. He punts a high spiral. Fair catch called by R.W. McQuarters. Lets the ball bound in. Falcons dive at it at the 1-yard line. Yes, what a great play by Keith Brooking. A 43-yard punt by Dan Straczynski, who hung it up. And Ronnie Harris is the man who comes up with the football. But Brooking is the guy who tossed it aside, and the Niners are at the 1-yard line. 11:30 left before halftime. Falcons lead 7-0. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. And to give to Mark Edwards, he is stacked up at the 1-yard line by Henri Crockett, so no gain as the 49ers are operating from their 1-yard line. Today's game brought to you by the Home Depot and Ingles Supermarket. The Falcons defense has been tough on the 49ers so far. This is the defense that has held 11 of the 16 opponents to 20 points or less this year. They've held the last 5 of 6 opponents under 260 total yards.
Quick slant here. This is what they do all the time, the 49ers.
Double tight end set for the 49ers. Here's the give. It's to the back. Kirby with some running room to the left. Gets some yardage out across the 5 to the 6, maybe up to the 7. Michael Booker on the tackle for the Falcons to give Steve Young and that offense a little bit of running room. Good play by the Niners.
Yeah, it was a nice run. Cornelius Bennett had a shot at him, maybe at the line of scrimmage. He sort of slipped off. Got to keep him baim here, though. Hold him back here. You get the ball around the 50.
3rd and 4 from the 7-yard line. 3rd down conversions today. It has been an empty set for the Niners. They are 0 for 3. Kirby and Stokes to the left. Rice and Owens to the right. One setback behind Steve Young on 3rd and 4 from the 49ers 7-yard line. Young will throw. Setting up, looking, dumping across the middle. Has his man. It's complete to Owens, and Owens with some running room, 20, and knocked down at the 25-yard line as he cuts it back toward the middle of the football field. It's a gain of 18, and that's how you get out of trouble. You make something happen, and you let Owens run. Last week against the Green Bay Packers, really didn't do anything until that final catch of the game, and that's why the 49ers are here. So that's their first down of the afternoon against the Atlanta Falcons defense.
Well, they get the matchup. You get Keith Brooking matched up on Owens, and it's a mismatch running away, looking all the way for it.
First down, Young will throw, in trouble, now scrambling. He'll keep the football 25 and slides down at the 30-yard line. Jesse Tuggle is there to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere. It's a pickup of though some of his skills have diminished in terms of quickness because the field looks larger and the game has slowed down. So that's what maturity has done for him.
Had his best year, 36 touchdowns, better than 4,000 yards. Great year.
2nd and 7 now from the 29-yard line. Penalty markers are down. That'll stop the play. Young was throwing out to Jerry Rice on the far side of the football field, but it doesn't count. Let's see who that call goes against.
In fact, the middle of the line, it could have been Ray Brown or the center on the left side.
The snap. Ball start. Number 76. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Kirk Strafford is the right tackle, and he was moving, so it will send the ball back.
Kirk Strafford came back and played for this team, had a bad back. He is a great technique lineman. He's about 6'6.5", 6'7", but only about 280 pounds. Will be bothered by a bad back and might retire again after this season.
Double tight end set for the 49ers. Owens to the left, Rice is to the right. Kirby is a single setback on 2nd and 12 now from the 24-yard line of San Francisco. Here comes the pressure. Young gets it away. That quick look into Owens. It is complete. Owens still on his feet. Falcons trying to get on top of him. And finally they do. Lester Archambault comes up to make the tackle on Owens. Jesse Tuggle is also there. So that'll bring up 3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for Terrell Owens. You know what? The 49ers have made a living off that pass. When you think about San Francisco, that quick look in, how many times has Jerry Rice busted that into a big 80-yard play?
They do it a lot. They run a pick this time, but they do it with a pick. They do it with the double slant ins out of the slot, and they caught the Falcons in a zone blitz with Shane Granat back in there trying to guard Jerry Rice.
3rd and 1 from the 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the left, one to the right for San Francisco. Across the middle, Steve Young goes for Stokes. It's incomplete. Looking on that quick look-in pass to Stokes. Stokes contends that he was held, but the ball was overthrown. And at 3rd and 1, they elect to dump it across the middle. Incomplete. Punting down.
Same play they ran before. This time the Falcons man up. And Booker is doing a nice job of hanging on. They probably could have called holding on that play, but at the same time they could have called well, they don't ever call a pick anymore in the NFL because Jerry Rice certainly was picking him.
Reggie Roby at his 19-yard line. He will punt. 3 punts today. Long of 51. He's averaging 47.3. Here's the punt. The deep man is Tim Dwight. Boy, this is a boomer. High hanging spiral. Dwight calls for a fair catch at the 17-yard line. So that's where the Falcons will take over the football. A 48-yard punt. And we got 7:35 left before halftime. Falcons lead 7-0. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Back inside the sold-out Georgia Dome, I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Note and also Pete Davis. 7-0 Falcons lead the 49ers. 7:35 left before halftime. Falcons now operating from right to left across your radio dial. What a season for the Falcons. So many records, so many marks. Most wins, 14, 8-0 at home, 6-2 on the road, 9 in a row. And if we go back, they've won 10 in a row at home. Scored 442 points, 53 touchdowns, and the defense has also had a great season. 1st and 10 now from the 18-yard line for the Falcons. Martin is to the left, Mathis to the right. Now in motion, O.J. Santiago near side. Here's the give to the left side of the football field. The give is to Jamal Anderson. Now cuts it up, and Jamal finding some running room when it looked like there wasn't any at all. Winfred Tubbs and Lee Woodall combined for the stop. It's a gain of 6, so 2nd and 4 from the 24-yard line.
It's a stretch play. Everybody in the line just keeps stretching, pushing their guy out as far as they can. O.J. Santiago pushing on Norton as he scrapes around the end there. They're trying to contain it. And just a nice job by Jamal finding a little seam and making a play out of nothing.
In the regular season, 410 rushing attempts for Jamal. That's an NFL record. 2nd and 4 from the 24. Martin and Mathis are split to the near side. High formation behind Chris Chandler. Long count by Chandler. Chandler, the give. A little bit of a counter play. Jamal Anderson, right side. Anderson across the 30 and down at the 35-yard line. Wow, what a play by Jamal Anderson. Falcons first down. And Jamal now 11 carries for 47 yards. Tackled by Merton Hanks.
He's starting to heat up a little bit, finding a little bit of a crease here and there. There's no play right up the middle. They're walking up to an 8-man front. Merton Hanks and Tim McDonald up there. It might be more like a 9-man front. But he finds a hole right behind the block of Kozlowski on Norton.
Gain of 10 for the Falcons. Martin is split to the right. Mathis to the left. 1st and 10 from the 34. Ken Oxendine is checked in for Jamal Anderson at the tailback slot. And penalty marker is down. Chandler will throw. Steps up, has O.J. Santiago. Midfield 45, diving down to the 40. Now let's see who it's against. Tackled by Marquez Pope for San Francisco, but I think it may go against the Falcons.
I think Kozlowski was moving too quickly out of that fullback spot. Even though a guy on the defensive line jumped, it looked like Kozlowski moved first.
Jamal Anderson now along the Falcons sideline, stretching.
Illegal motion. Number 85, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
He had a slight limp as he came off the field. He was grimacing a bit. Doesn't appear to be too serious from here. Jamal now on one knee being attended to by Dr. Andrew Bishop, Falcons team doctor. We'll see if Pete Davis can see what's going on with Jamal as they're kind of gathered around him right now around the 40-yard line of the Falcons. So it's 1st and 15 from the 29-yard line. Falcons lead the 49ers 7-0, 5 minutes and 50 seconds left before halftime. Martin and Mathis are split to the left. Single setback is Ken Oxendine behind Chris Chandler. Now in motion is Martin. He'll go to the right. That's the far side of the football field. Chandler will throw. Setting up the screen. Dumping it to Oxendine. Oxendine had a little bit of running room. Couldn't hang on to the football and drops it. The pass was there. Unfortunately, the catch was not. Here's Pete Davis along the Falcons sideline for an update on Jamal.
Yeah, it looked like Jamal just got the wind knocked out on him there. He was getting his breath while on his hands and knees, but he should be coming back. Back to you, Jeff.
This update brought to you by Piedmont Hospital. So 2nd and 15 now from the 29 of the Falcons. Jamal still along the sidelines. Martin to the right, Mathis to the left. Also into the ball game is Ronnie Harris. He will be a receiver split to the left. So Falcons with 3 wide receivers on 2nd and 15 now from the 29-yard line for Chandler. Chandler on the give. It's to Gary Downs. Downs with running room. Still on his feet. Very close to a Falcons first down. I think he's got it up to the 45-yard line of the Falcons. Tackled by Zach Bronson. How about that run? It was an interesting looking play where Chris Chandler had to run over and hand the ball off, and there was a big hole. His first run this year for Gary Downs is a gain of 16, Jeff.
Yeah, it's a great call. They're in a nickel situation. The 49ers are very, very loose, giving them a lot of cushion, dropping back, defending the pass. Nice job on the right side from Salam, working against Woodall, and inside Williams on Wilkins.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Falcons. Jamal Anderson is checked back into the ballgame. He gets the ball left side and goes down in a hurry. Chris Goldman is there to wrap him up. What a career Chris Goldman has had in the National Football League, from Minnesota to Atlanta and now to San Francisco. Lives in Alpharetta, not that far, maybe half a mile away from Jesse Tuggle. And Goldman has had a splendid NFL season. He has talked about this may be it for him.
I think it is. He's playing with an injury right now. 15 sacks. 10 of those probably came in the first 8 or 9 games of the year. And he's bothered by a torn bicep muscle. They've been trying to move him around a little bit, left and right.
2nd and 8 for the 47 of the Falcons. Offset I behind Chris Chandler. Martin left, Mathis right. Chandler will throw far side of the football field. Mathis makes the reception. 40, 35 down to the 33-yard line. First down, Falcons, for the new father whose wife gave birth this morning. What a great play. He beat Darnell Walker. It's a gain of 17 yards.
He snatched that ball away from Walker. Walker thought he had an interception. He read the ball going outside. He was coming up the interception, and Terrence Mathis reaches out and snatches that ball right out of the air.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, if Walker makes that interception, it is high tides and long sailing for Darnell Walker. And he was looking and thinking that. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left before halftime. 7-0 Falcons. Falcons now 163 total offensive yards. 1st and 10 from the 34. Double tight end set. Here's Jamal, left side. Jamal Anderson, running room. 25, 20, 15, 10. Pushed out of bounds. No, he dives into the end zone for the touchdown. What an effort by Jamal Anderson. A 34-yard run. A great stiff arm at the end. It looked like he was going to be pushed out by Merton Hanks, but he made like Greg Louganis and was diving for the end zone, and he gets in for 6. That is one of the best runs we have seen from Jamal Anderson in this great season of 98. Have a new year of 99.
Who took the better dive, Merton Hanks or Jamal Anderson? Merton Hanks wanted no part of it. Merton Hanks is not an all-pro safety. He's overrated, but what a job in the second when he gets in the secondary. Jamal Anderson running behind Bob Whitfield's block.
Second touchdown of the afternoon. From one Anderson to the other, here is the man, Morton Anderson. It's up, and it is good. 3 minutes and Anderson kicks off from right to left across your radio dial. R.W. McQuarters, the deep man. Here's the kick about 7 yards deep in the end zone. McQuarters will down it at football at the 20-yard line. 3 minutes, 6 seconds left before halftime. Falcons 14, 49ers nothing. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Rushing yards so far, Atlanta with 101. Jamal's got 83 of them. San Francisco with 11. Garrison Hearst went out on the first play of this ball game with a broken leg. So the 49ers, Jeff, are going to have to put the ball up. They have not been able to run the ball, and that was one of the keys coming into this game. It means that the pressure now reverts to Steve Young, maybe where it's always been.
Well, I think you'll see a lot more of that one back with Edwards in there as a blocking back, and the 3 and 4 wides now.
First and 10 from the 23 wide receivers for the 49ers. Young will throw. Being chased now, still on his feet. He steps up with the football. Falcons in pursuit. Young finally throwing near side of the football field, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Cornelius Bennett. The intended receiver was Terry Kirby in Falcon territory around the 35-yard line, and a great play by Cornelius Bennett. A lot of pressure on Steve Young from Travis Hall and Chuck Smith. You talk about elusive. Steve Young, I don't know how he got out of that carnage.
Yeah, Travis Hall looked like he was being held by Gogan, but a nice job by Young of finding a guy. Cornelius Bennett 35 yards down the field. I think he's running right in front of the Falcon bench, and I think somebody's yelling, "Look up, look up!" They're right in front of the Falcon bench, and you got to feel Donnie Blackman is saying, "Cornelius, look up," because he does right at the right time.
Rice and Stokes split to the left, Kirby to the right. Second and 10 from the 20-yard line for the 49ers. Falcons showing blitz, jumping offside, and now both sides are pointing at each other. Derek Dees, the left tackle, and Antonio Edwards both pointing digits at each other.
That's time memorial in football, isn't it? The offensive lineman and the defensive lineman pointing their fingers at the other guy. He did it, not me.
The dreaded blame game. Now Jerry Markwright and his crew are conferring at the 17-yard line of the 49ers.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 97. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Well, it'll go against Cornelius Bennett. The Falcons now with 5 penalties for a total of 35 yards. Go to Pete Davis along the Falcon sideline very quick.
Correction. Jamal Anderson, a.k.a. Craig Louganis, gave his second TD ball to his mother, who looks a lot like Esther Williams. Back to you.
It's our pool coverage here, ladies and gentlemen, from the Georgia Dome. Second and 5 now from the 25. Receivers to the left and to the right. Falcons showing blitz. Now in motion, Jerry Rice near side. Young punts, looking, throwing, and it is almost picked off by Eugene Robinson. Penalty marker is down. J.J. Stokes, the intended receiver, around the 45-yard line of the Falcons, and that's going to be a hold that will go against the Falcons. The crowd here inside the dome does not like it.
Yeah, Booker was right at the... Booker looked like he was holding Stokes or pushing
Number
him.
20. Defense. Automatic first down.
All right, so it's a first down for the Niners. Ball now spotted at the 41-yard line of San Francisco.
One disturbing thing, I mean, it's nice to be out in 14. Now that's what you want to be in this game. Make them play catch-up. Too many penalties, though. Falcons are getting penalized, and a lot of them are non-athletic. I think you can live with a penalty like this because you're going to get some of this. They're going to throw the ball an awful lot. But the offsides is killing them.
Stokes left, Kirby right. Jerry Rice in motion now on the far side. First and 10 from the 41 of the Niners. Quick drop for Young. In trouble. Young just dumps the ball out, almost picked off by Jesse Tuggle, and a helmet goes flying about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, and Steve Young is hurt right now. It looks like it might be his shoulder. He is up on his feet, limping around. Young is getting a lot of pressure from Shane Dronette. Looks like Steve Young is okay, but what a nasty hit he took. Jeff, again, his ability to get away with the football there was amazing.
Well, he's going down and throwing it, but he's got a bad right knee. He came into this game with a bad right knee, and Shane Dronette did his best hanging around that right knee. It was a good inside twist between Travis Hall and Shane Dronette. Shane Dronette just having a tremendous year this year. I think he's been a real big difference in that D-line.
Travis Hall's helmet came flying off like it had turbines on it. Second and 10 now from the 41.
Calling down.
And we are, there's a timeout right now. 49ers are going to take a timeout. Steve Young will come over and talk with Steve Mariucci. So far, it's 14-0 Falcons on the 49ers. 2 minutes and 45 seconds are left before halftime. Young has had 5 hurries. He's been hit 3 times. He hasn't been sacked yet. And his numbers, he's 5 of 9 for a total of 50 yards. It is a tough afternoon for the offense of the 49ers, ranked number 1 in the National Football League, because so much is predicated on their ability to run the football. So much has been made of what Garrison Hearst has brought to what is staggering offense on so many levels for the 49ers. But without him in there, they take on a totally different look where they're almost throwing the football in every down.
Yeah, you take 150 yards offense, and basically that's what they average rushing, and he gets most of it. Young gets the rest. Edwards gets very little. You take that element away, you got to throw the ball every down. They're really in a hard place.
Stubbs left, Owens and Rice to the right. It's 2nd and 10 now from the 41 of San Francisco for Steve Young. Falcons defense trying to get the crowd rolling. 2nd and 10 from the 41 of San Francisco. Listen to the crowd. Young will throw. Here comes the blitz by the Falcons. Young gets it away. It's incomplete. J.J. Stokes, the intended receiver, at around midfield. Good coverage by Michael Booker, so that means 3rd and 10 now from the 41-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brookings really has improved over the last half of this season. They're sending him a lot more in that nickel blitz. He's got outstanding quickness, good size, and he gets there quick. I think the blockers are not used to seeing a guy who's on him so quick from 3 or 4 or 5 yards away. 4 wide receivers for the 49ers, 6 defensive backs for the Falcons. To the left, to the right. Single step back behind Steve Young. 3rd and 10 from the 41 of San Francisco. Young deep drop, wants to throw. Far side of the football field has Owens, and it's complete. Complete at the 49-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. It looks like it's going to be the 48-yard line. J.J. Stokes makes the reception for the Niners. And that'll be enough for a first down. It's a gain of 12 yards for San Francisco, so they have something going in Falcon territory, which has not been the case here in this game, at least through most of the first 2 quarters. Yeah, he averaged about a little over 12 yards a catch this year. He has the least amount of catches of 3 wide receivers, only 63 in the least yardage, but he has 24 third down catches. He's a very good possession receiver one-on-one against Booker today.
1st and 10 from the 47 of the Falcons. Owens left, Rice is to the right. Young will throw, swings it out to Kirby. Kirby drops the football, and they dive on it. The ball is loose. Is it alive? Yes, it is. Chuck Smith on his way. 10-5. Touchdown, Falcons. The Falcons defense has done it again. Steve Young was being pressured by Travis Hall. He swung the football out to Terry Kirby. Kirby couldn't hang on to the ball, and the ball was alive. At first it appeared that it was ruled dead. Now the officials are talking about it at the 45-yard line. Let's see here. I thought they had ruled it dead, Jeff.
Well, Henry Crockett made a great play. It is a lateral. The ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. He picks it up, and Henry Crockett is all over him, talking about Terry Kirby, and then forces a fumble. I think he forces a fumble. That should be a live ball, I believe. And then Chuck Smith's off to the races, a la the New England game with Lester Archambault. And who was it who was back wrapping up Steve Young? I didn't see who that was. Travis Hall beating Kevin Gogan. What a play. Give it to him. Come on, give it to him.
Well, let's see if they do indeed give it to them. They've already put the points up on the scoreboard here in the Georgia Dome. Let's see what happens here. Here's
The
Jerry
ruling
Markwright.
is a backward pass recovered by Atlanta. The recoverer was down by contact. First down, Atlanta.
All right. So the Falcons take over the football. I thought that they had blown the ball dead. What do you think of that call?
Well, I guess the thought is that when...
Offsetting personal fouls on number 20 and 91. Penalties offset, first down.
Who's 91 on offense? I don't think they have one. I thought that... well, we'll talk about it later.
Let's take a break. We've got a minute 57 seconds left before halftime. Falcons lead the ball game 14-0, and they've got the ball. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Back inside the Georgia Dome, where the officiating crew has changed its mind. Now the contention is not only do the Falcons not get the touchdown from Chuck Smith, but they do not get possession of the fumble. They say that Terry Kirby pounced on the football after he had lost it. He retained possession, and San Francisco now has the football at their 45-yard line.
Well, they're saying that when Kirby pounced on it, that Henry Crockett downed him because his knees were down. And then he gets up and the ball goes loose and into Chuck Smith's hands. So they're ruling Terry Kirby as recovering it and then being down by contact by Henry Crockett.
Down by contact, second down, San Francisco.
All right, so it's 2nd and 18 from the 45 of the 49ers. Dan Reeves along the Falcons sideline is furious and emotional.
Well, I'm sure what Coach Reeves is saying is that ball was still a live ball, was not recovered by Terry Kirby until he bounced kind of up, so he wasn't really
see where that goes. Initial indications are procedure.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 81, offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Last week's hero, Terrell Owens, on the procedure call, so that'll move it back 5 more yards.
Important that you keep this in perspective, though. Okay, they don't have the ball, but what they have, they got a 2nd and 23. And you don't want to let 49ers gain any momentum before half by converting and getting in a position for a field goal or a touchdown. You want to keep your defense applying the pressure the way you have.
Stokes left, Owens and Rice to the right. 2nd and 23 from the 40 of San Francisco. Falcons showing blitz, now they back off. Young will throw, setting up, going down the middle for Jerry Rice, incomplete. He overshot Jerry Rice around the 45-yard line of the Falcons, about 5 yards over him, but pretty good double coverage on Jerry Rice to begin with.
Yeah, but he had a step on him. Had a step on both Cornelius Bennett and Randy Fuller. And how many times have you seen Young miss Rice like that? Rice has 25 touchdowns, 29 overall, but 25 touchdown catches against the Falcons all time. He's had his 2 best games this year against the Falcons out on the coast and here in November.
And sadly, Jerry Rice will always be mentioned with the Atlanta Falcons. And from the Falcons' perspective, that's nothing good. All right, 3rd and 23 from the 40-yard line of San Francisco. 4 wide receivers for Steve Young. He steps up, fires across the middle, has his man, has the first down. It's Chuck Levy still on his feet and tackled at the 25-yard line. A big gain for the 49ers with 1 minute and 39 seconds left before halftime. It's a gain of 34. There's that big play busting the back of the Falcons right before halftime, as we were talking about, Jim.
Yeah, they just forego the same pattern that they ran against the Green Bay to score on Chuck Levy in the slot, running down the hash mark. Missed tackle, though. Eugene Robinson, missed tackle William White. You get them to have the first down then.
So the Niners have called a timeout. They've got a 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 26-yard line. Falcons have dominated this football game. They're up 14-0 with a minute 38 seconds left before halftime, but getting on the board with a touchdown, Jeff, would be a huge deal for San Francisco in a game where not a lot has gone their way. Opening play from line of scrimmage, Garrison Hearst, who is so much a part of their number 1 rated offense in the National Football League, broke his leg. And now, with under 2 minutes left, the Niners are moving that football toward 6.
Well, they're not afraid as a football team to come out and throw the ball 45 times and not run it at all. They're not afraid to get into that nickel look and throw to everybody on their team. To them, the yards after the catch, and that's what they led the NFL in this year. I think they averaged, there was a stat, almost 130 yards after the catch running the football after they make the catch. So to them, the short catch is much like a run.
The 49ers have scored 9 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the first half this year. 1st and 10 from the 26 of the Falcons. Owens to the right, Rice is to the left. Now in motion is the tight end Greg Clark. Young will throw, pumps, looks right, throws, completes, and has his man. It's to Greg Clark, the tight end. He is inside the 20-yard line down to the 18. It's a pickup of 8. Call it 2nd and 2. Cornelius Bennett in on the hit for the Falcons. Clock is running at a minute 22, and it's a hurry-up offense. From the 17-yard line, 2nd and a long 1. Young will throw. Pumps, looking long, far side of the football field, has his man. Touchdown, Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice with the touchdown reception, his first catch of this game at 17 yards. He beat Ray Buchanan, a great pass by Steve Young, and I'll tell you what, Jerry Rice and Steve Young are always at their best in these final 2 minutes of either the first half or the second half. It's his 10th touchdown of the season of 1998.
And Ray doesn't look back. Ray doesn't make a play on the ball, and Jerry Rice does. It's a well-thrown ball. You're seeing that Jerry Rice turn around and kind of run backwards, and that's where he makes the catch. Ray doesn't look at it.
Wade Ritchie with a point-after attempt. It's up, and it is good. So a minute and 10 seconds are left before halftime. The 49ers have cut into the Falcons' lead. It is 14-7, and the boos are cascading atop the Georgia Dome toward the direction of the officials, as there continues to be controversy about that play involving Terry Kirby and what seemed like a Chuck Smith touchdown, and then at the very least it seemed like Falcons football at the 45-yard line of San Francisco, only to determine that the officials believe that Kirby had indeed came up with a football, and the 49ers take advantage of the momentum switch and shift and march down the football field for 6 points.
Well, I'm not going to dwell this early on a 14-point swing. I hope it has no effect on the outcome of the game. but at the same time, it was 2nd and 23, and the Falcons had a chance to do something defensively, and they let him get out of there with Chuck Levy making a catch. Chuck Levy, I mean, Chuck hadn't played very, they've kind of lost a lot of faith in him the last few weeks. He does have 15 catches on the year. That's his longest catch, that conversion of that 3rd down today.
But no touchdowns. 9 plays, 80 yards. 2 minutes and 2 seconds. The irony is Rice, of course, wears number 80. Rice, a 17-yard touchdown. And I guess that drive will be defined by the fumble that wasn't. Edgar Tragets will have our NFL scoreboard coming up at halftime. We are a minute 10 away. Niners kicking from left to right across your radio dial. Here is Richie, the deep man Tim Dwight, and Elijah Williams. It's a deep kick, and Dwight takes it from 8 yards back in his end zone. 10, 15, out to the 19-yard line where he is tripped up, and the Falcons will take over with a minute 6 seconds left. Tackled by James Williams on the special team for the San Francisco 49ers. As we take a look at some of the numbers, Chandler today, 7 of 11, and 106 yards here in the first half. Jamal Anderson has been the man. He's got 2 touchdowns, 13 carries, and 83 yards. Harold Green in with Jamal Anderson now as the Falcons have a minute and 6 to try and see if they can get something going here. Mathis is split to the right. Martin is to the left. Ronnie Harris also split to the right. So the Falcons have 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left, on 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Chandler will throw. Setting up, still looking. Throwing across the middle, complete, has his man. It's Ronnie Harris, 1st down, Falcons, across the 41-yard line. His first catch, and it comes at a great time. A gain of 22 yards. Falcons will burn a timeout. 53 seconds are left before halftime. And that's a nice play.
I like it. Aggressiveness. You got a minute something left, 3 timeouts, and you think you're going to go in and score. Aggressiveness. Answer that touchdown and come out here and go after him.
Ronnie Harris in his 5th year out of Oregon, 5'11", 180 pounds, had played with the Seattle Seahawks, was signed after Tim Dwight was injured in the Jets game. He was the special teams player, and he has been able to stick on the roster and make his first catch.
I was talking to Ron Hill about him. Ron Hill, their pro personnel scout, and Ronnie told me that he saw Ronnie Harris play in an exhibition game 2 years ago against somebody playing for Seattle wide receiver. You know, exhibition, you're going to see young guys on. He ran 2 receptions, long touchdown passes. He kept it filed away.
Martin left, Harris and Mathis to the right. 1st and 10 from the 41 of the Falcons. Chandler trying to get the Niners to jump off. He may have. This looks like a free play. Chandler in trouble. He goes down. He is sacked by Charles Haley. And let's see what that penalty will be. It will go against San Francisco, I would guess. It would go against Charles Haley.
Offside, number 95,
Yep.
defense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
All right, so 3 penalties for the Niners, a total of 15 yards. The Falcons, meanwhile, have been penalized 6 times in the first half for 51 yards. So 1st and 5 now from the 46-yard line. 48 seconds are left before the end of the first half. Falcons lead 14-7. Mathis and Harris to the right. Tony Martin is to the left. Set back to Harold Green and Jamal Anderson split behind Chris Chandler. Chandler will throw, rolling right. Setting up now, looking left. Coming back, ball is tipped in the air. It's picked off by San Francisco. Ball is loose, fumble. Chris Chandler has picked it up. Chandler has picked it up, so it looks like it's going to be a loss of about 6 yards, but at least No, they have already given it to the 49ers. The 49ers have the football. So a big turnover by the Falcons with 38 seconds left.
Charles Haley puts a rush on there, rolling away from him. He gets his hand up in the air and bats the ball. Junior Bryant is there, gets the easy catch. Chris Chandler on the tackle turns him over and he hits his head, and they're calling the ball down by the field. They're saying the field cannot cause a fumble, even though the ball bounces right to Chris Chandler.
So the 49ers with a turnover with the football, and at the 36-yard line of the Falcons, they got 38 seconds left. 1st and 10. They've got 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Kirby, single step back, play action. Young rolling, now looking, throwing, complete. Has his man at the 20-yard line. It's J.J. Stokes. First down, 49ers. Ray Buchanan on the coverage. It's a gain of 16. 49ers in a hurry-up offense. Clock now showing 20 seconds before half. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Young will throw near side over the head of J.J. Stokes to stop the clock. So 15 seconds are left, and the Niners have a couple of tosses here toward the end zone.
Yeah, they do, and this is where Steve Young is dangerous. Falcons best in the NFL, plus 20 on the turnovers. Don't turn it over very often themselves. 12 interceptions, I think, on the year, and I guess you'd classify that as an interception. But they come out aggressively, what you want, and it's just a fluke play.
Jerry Rice to the left, Owens to the right, I formation, 2nd and 10 now from the 20-yard line for Steve Young and the Niners. Penalty marker is down. Young steps up and takes a shot, but the referee will call it off. We'll see what the call is.
It's going to get the 49ers on that shift, and the noise level is starting to pick it up there. We'll have to ask Pete about that, but it sounds very loud.
Prior to the snap, ball start, number 81, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Owens
Please
called
put
for.
15 seconds back on the play on the game clock.
Let's go to Pete Davis right now along the Falcons sideline. Pete?
Van Dote is right. It's as loud as it's been all year. In fact, it's about Superdome standards. It's extremely loud down here. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you.
49ers with 4 penalties now in the afternoon for 20 yards. So 2nd and 15 from the 25-yard line of the Falcons. 15 seconds are left. Rice to the left. Owens to the right. I formation behind Steve Young. Young, long count. Here comes the Falcons with the pressure. Young setting up, throwing across the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jerry Rice around the 3-yard line, but this time Ray Buchanan with the good coverage. And now Steve Young is 10 of 18, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown this afternoon. 10 seconds are left. It is 3rd and 15 with the ball spotted at the 25-yard line.
That's tremendous defense by Ray Buchanan. Went for none of the fakes, just sat on the receiver. Terrell Owens batted the ball away. Hold him here. This would be a 42-yard attempt. It's within wide right Ritchie's distance. He's hit a 48-yarder last week, but this would be gigantic for this defense.
All right, 3rd and 15 from the 25. Rice left, Owens right. Here's Steve Young, pumping, looking on his feet. He will keep the football 20. Now taking it to the outside and tackled at the 19-yard line. With 1 second left, the 49ers have called timeout. Cornelius Bennett in on the tackle for the Falcons. So Wade Ritchie comes into the ball game, the free agent out of LSU. He will try to nail a field goal here and cut into that Falcons lead right before the end of the first half.
Timekeeper's supposed to be a home guy, isn't he? And of course, they keep the time on the field too. So I thought 1 second. Let him run just a little further.
36-yard field goal attempt by Wade Ritchie. Ritchie, who had 3 field goals against the Packers, will try and put the Niners on the board here. It has been a game where the Falcons really have dominated the line of scrimmage in the stats, at least most of the way, but the last couple of minutes have seen a momentum shift. 36-yard field goal attempt for Wade Ritchie. Ty Detmer is holding. Here's the snap. The placement and the kick. It is on the way, and it is good. So Wade Ritchie delivers as the clock runs out to end the first half of play. The Falcons lead the 49ers. It is 14-10 here inside the Georgia Dome. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. The statistics from the first half: Falcons in time of possession 17 minutes 32 seconds, 49ers 12-28, 11 first down for the Falcons, 6 for the Niners, 221 yards of offense for the Falcons, 147 for the Niners, yards rushing 101 for the Falcons, 9 for San Francisco. Penalties: Falcons with 6 for 51 yards, and 4 for the Niners, 20 yards. Jamal Anderson, 13 carries, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. His long, a 34-yarder. Of course, that amazing dive into the end zone. Steve Young now 10 of 18, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown to Jerry Rice. Chris Chandler's numbers 8 of 13, 128 yards, and he has had 1 interception. So where it goes right now is the Falcons certainly have the advantage in most of the key stats, and they have the advantage on the scoreboard right now, 14-10. Let's go to Pete Davis along the sidelines.
A bunch of grim-faced Falcons came out of the locker room with Harold Richardson just chewing out one of the referees. Back to you, Jeff.
Looking at Garrison Hearst on the far side of the football field along the Niners sideline. He is in a cast and on crutches. Tim Dwight and Elijah Williams are the deep men for the Falcons. Kicking off the ball is Wade Ritchie. Here is the kick, and it is a low shot in the back of the end zone, and it is down. The Falcons will take over the football at their 20-yard line. So, Jeff, what do the Falcons have to do to switch that momentum from where it was as the second quarter ran out to trying to get it back on their side where they were dominating this game?
49ers have no rush game, only 9 yards. You've got to keep that in perspective and make sure that you make them keep throwing the ball, that they're going to make a mistake somewhere in their throwing game. On the other hand, the Falcons are running roughshod on them. 101 yards at half. It's a 200-yard rushing game against the 49ers. Control the ball, get some scores, use Jamal Anderson. He needs to work this defense over.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Falcons. Mathis to the left, Martin to the right. Single setback now is Jamal Anderson. Here is the give. Jamal left side now cutting it back inside, and there is no place to go in the middle of that San Francisco defensive line. Junior Bryant is there to wrap up Jamal Anderson and to bring him down. It's a gain of 2, so call it 2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Again, Falcons lead the 49ers 14-10. Winner of this game will face the winner of Minnesota and Arizona for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Jamal, 14 carries on the afternoon and 85 yards. Kozlowski, the tight end, he goes to the left side. Martin and Mathis are split to the near side of the football field. That's the right side. Now Tony Martin in motion. He will go to the left. 49ers showing blitz. Here they come. Chandler setting up, throwing across the middle. Has his man. It's Tony Martin. Martin 35 and knocked down around the 40-yard line by Darnell Walker. And that's a Falcons first down. A pickup of 17 yards for the Falcons. Chandler read the heat in a hurry and had an open man in the form of Tony Martin.
Oh, nice pickup, too. Jamal Anderson in there helping out, and it's a zone blitz. They're dropping Barker back and substituting with the inside linebacker, Norton and Tubbs, and great job of Chris Chandler. Good protection, great pass protection. He's got a lot of time to scan the field and develop from all the way across the field.
Martin pre-catch is 47 yards. Falcons, 2 tight ends, Ed Smith and O.J. Santiago. First and 10 from their 39-yard line. Offset I formation behind Chandler. Here's the give. Jamal Anderson left side, and the 49ers read it in a hurry. Ken Norton came crashing around from his right linebacker position, and Jamal Anderson will lose some yardage there, or so it would seem. Let's see where they mark the football. Jeff, they really had a sense of where Jamal was going there.
Well, when you're using close-in formations and using Ed Smith, and you're using Santiago, and you're using Kozlowski, you got 3 tight ends in the game. It compacts what you can do with the run game, and the 49ers are throwing a little run blitz and 8-man front.
So no gain. 2nd and 10, 39-yard line of Atlanta. Martin and Mathis are to the right. I formation, offset formation behind Chandler. Chandler will throw. Setting up across the middle. Has Terrence Mathis. Mathis spinning, trying to find some running room. He is tackled at the 43-yard line by Winfred Tubbs, the left inside linebacker. It's a pickup of 4, so the Falcons are looking at 3rd and 6 from their 43-yard line.
Got to keep the chains moving, Jeff. They were excellent in the first half, 3 out of 5, 60%, normally 42%. One of the better third down converting teams of keeping the chains moving in the league in the Atlanta Falcons.
3rd and 5 from the Falcons 44. Jamal Anderson and Tony Martin are split to the left, and to the right it is Terrence Mathis. Falcons, in fact, with 5 receivers, nobody behind Chris Chandler on 3rd down. Chandler will drop, will look, will throw the football, and it's incomplete. A penalty marker goes down. The intended receiver was O.J. Santiago, the big tight end, but good call. So the ball is moved to the 49-yard line of the Falcons. Hanks with the nice tackle prior to the throw.
Doesn't come up in the charts, does it? The tackle chart.
And then his outrage at being called for that is theatrical indeed. 1st and 10 now from the 49-yard line. Martin right, Mathis left, offset I behind Chris Chandler. Falcons lead 14-10 here in the 3rd quarter. Kozlowski in motion right side, play action, rolling right. Chandler setting up, now in trouble, now rolling left. He'll keep the football up the midfield, and tackled out of bounds in San Francisco territory around the 49-yard line is Junior Bryant. So Chris Chandler keeping the football with some good faking, but still unable to find anybody downfield.
Excellent decision by Chandler. He wanted Martin on the deep ball down the middle of the field. He was well covered by Darnell Walker and Merton Hanks, and he just tucks it and takes off.
So it is 2nd and 9 from midfield is where they will mark it. 11 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. 14-10 Falcons. Martin is to the right. Tim Dwight also checks into the ballgame now with 4 wide receivers now. O.J. Santiago in motion, 3 left, 1 to the right. Pitch Jamal Anderson left side across midfield to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 1, maybe 2 yards. Ken Norton is there to make the tackle for San Francisco. So that will mean 3rd and 8.
Norton, a tremendous inside linebacker. Still very, very impressive from that inside spot after 11 years out of UCLA, both with Dallas and the 49ers, been an all-pro. He is their leading tackler.
Harold Green is checked into the ball game. Terrence Mathis, Ronnie Harris, and Tony Martin are the receivers. Martin will go to the left. Harris and Mathis are to the right. 3rd and 8 from the 49-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers jump across the line of scrimmage. Penalty marker is down. Shane Bonham came racing across, and we will see if it will go against the
foul, number 78, defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He was not drawn. He just came across. Shane Bonham, the 5-year man out of Tennessee for the Balls in some familiar territory in the southeast. So 3rd and 3 from the 44-yard line of San Francisco.
Undersized guy, played up with Detroit for a number of years,
right.
But he's got great quickness, little pass rushing skills, tries to get on your edge. He beat Bob Hallen twice in the first half. Cal Collins got to get on.
Martin left, Mathis right. 3rd and 3 now from the 44, San Francisco. In motion, Terrence Mathis. Chandler will throw. The drop. Looking, going across the middle, completing it to the tight end. That is Brian Kozlowski. Kozlowski makes the catch, and he is going to be very, very close to a Falcons first down, depending on the spot. It looks like he is going to be just short. And the crowd here inside the Georgia Dome wants Dan Reeves to make the decision to go for the first down. So let's see what happens. So it'll be 4th and about a foot.
They want the measurement, don't they? Oh, no, they're not going to give him a measurement.
Chandler talking to Jerry Markbride, wanting the measurement.
Well, letting the clock run down here and not getting a measurement. What's going to happen? You have to call timeout?
So the Falcons will be forced to call a timeout here, Jeff. And Jerry Markbride and his officiating crew have been in the middle of controversy quite a bit of the way here. Think about Terry Kirby and in the first half and whether that ball was a fumble or not, or who had possession, or whether it should have been a Falcon touchdown or not. But it really is the defining play of this game so far. If Chuck Smith is able to go in for the touchdown, it's 21-0, and then it comes back 14-10. And right now, Reeves and Jerry Markbride are talking about it around the Falcons sideline right now to try and get a verification as to what this is all about.
Now, they haven't charged, at least on the board, the Falcons with a timeout yet. So maybe he was able to get an official. He wanted a measurement, and I believe you can request a measurement if you feel it's fairly close. And I think this is, it's not that close. And looking at it from here, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this.
9 minutes, 29 seconds are left in the third quarter of play here from the sold-out Georgia Dome. Falcons lead 14-10.
There's no charge timeout.
Thank you, Jerry.
Well, that's the good news out of that. If you're looking for some, and we certainly are.
Well, they are going for it. They've got Bob Hallen in there at tight end. And on a early run in the first half when Bob Hallen was in there at tight end,
we got 9 minutes, 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Falcons lead 14-10. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Anderson left side, and he is short of a Falcons first down on 4th and a foot. Tackled by Junior Bryant and Brinson Buckner. They were there, and they take Jamal down, and the 49ers take over the football with good field position.
Yeah, Brinson Buckner inside out. He's a defensive tackle. Bob Whitfield, Cal Collins, got to account for him. They don't cut him off. That's a slant to the strength. That's where Smith was in that wing-back spot with the double tights. Smith, the extra tight end. Good call by John Marshall, the defensive coordinator, and not a very good job by the Falcons' offensive line of pushing off.
So we've got 9:26 left here in the third quarter. Falcons lead 14-10. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Welcome back to the Georgia Dome, everyone. Falcons leading the 49ers 14-10 here with 9:26 left in the third quarter. San Francisco in their first 4 possessions today, 4 punts, and their last 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, and now they have the football in pretty good field position at their 41-yard line, and they have a 1st and 10. Falcons unsuccessful on 4th and a foot with Jamal Anderson. He gets wrapped up and tackled.
And they didn't have to go the length of the field on either of those scores in the first half. So that helped them. But, well, I take it back. They did go the length of the field. There was a turnover on that one, but it would have been, we thought, the Falcons' fall. But at the second one, the interception didn't have to go very far. Great field position is not what you want to give the 49ers.
Rice to the right, Owens to the left, 1st and 10 from the 41 of San Francisco. Offset eye of Edwards and Kirby. Here is the give. It's to Kirby, straight up the middle, a little bit of running room. He gets to about the 45, tackled by Jesse Tuggle and Cornelius Bennett. It is a gain of 3, so 2nd and 7 now from the 44.
Really got to put the clamps down on some of these receivers now. You're going to ask a lot of your defensive line. I don't think Rich Brooks wants to blitz an awful lot against Steve Young, so that front 4 has got to apply pressure to Young.
Kirby now split to the right. Rice and Owens to the left. 2nd and 6 from the 45 for Steve Young. Young the drop. Here comes the pressure. Looking, still looking, throwing across the middle has Owens. Ball is loose. Ball is loose, but I believe Owens recovered it at the 43-yard line. Smacked by Cornelius Bennett. The ball came out onto the turf, but Owens seemed to have a pretty good idea as to where the fumble was going as he jumps on it. And that'll mean 3rd and 8 now from the 43-yard line.
Great downfield coverage. He wanted to go down deep. He had time, and then the pressure forced him out of the pocket. Nice job of Cornelius Bennett. Having a tremendous year. Leads the Falcons in tackles. Covering a wide receiver one-on-one and then knocking the ball loose. Almost a big play.
49ers 3 for 8 on 3rd down, 3rd and 8 now from the 43-yard line of San Francisco. Receivers 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Young will throw. Falcons showing blitz. Young throwing far side of the football field to Owens. 1st down in Atlanta territory. Ray Buchanan on the coverage, but that is a big gain for San Francisco at a time when they needed to get something down on 3rd down. It's a gain of 19 yards.
9 touchdowns his last 9 games. A lot of cushion. Ray Buchanan respects it. He knows he's going to get a nickel blitz here, and he doesn't have any help underneath. He's given a lot of cushion to Terrell Owens.
So 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of the Falcons. Atlanta leading 14-10. Owens now to the left. Rice to the right. Kirby and Edwards are split behind Steve Young. Young on the give. Kirby right side running room. 35 up to about the 33-yard line. Cornelius Bennett in on the tackle. Gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 now from the 32.
Can't allow that to happen. You cannot allow the big gun's gone. Garrison Hearst with that broken fibula, first play of the game. You cannot allow Terry Kirby, who came to this team late after not being out of football, and you can't allow him to run the football on you.
Owens right, Kirby and Rice to the left. 2nd and 6 from the 33. Rice now rolling left, throwing, completing, has another 1st down as his man Jerry Rice. Ray Buchanan on the coverage for the Falcons, but it is another pickup, and San Francisco now moving the football down the field. Clock running at 6 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third quarter. 14-10 Falcons.
Jeff, you got to believe your defense is good enough to get a turnover if you force him to throw every play. That you'll get a turnover, that you'll get a holding call, that you'll get something in your favor if you make him throw every play.
Rice to the right. Owens is to the left. I formation behind Steve Young. 1st and 10 from the 25 of the Falcons. Young, give, Kirby, straight up the middle, nowhere. Tackle, 25-yard line, sandwiched by Jesse Tuggle and William White. Falcons came into this game with their defense allowing just 7 total touchdowns in the past 6 games. The defense had held the last 5 of 6 opponents under 260 total yards. They have held 5 of the last 6 coming into this game under 165 net passing yards. And 11 of 16 opponents to 20 points or less this season. This now is the 7th play of the drive. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Tight end is in motion, Greg Clark, near side. Young will throw. Across the middle has Owens complete. Down to the 35-yard line and pushed back by a host of Falcons. Jesse Tuggle Tuggle is in there along with Travis Hall. Shane Dronette also involved along with Henri Crockett. So now the 49ers are looking at 3rd and 9 from the 24-yard line of the Falcons. On 3rd down, they're 4 of 9 so far in this game.
Well, that's what you do. You punish your receivers. When I had any respect for Drake Lambeau when he was defensive coordinator with the Falcons, and he taught a good scheme. They catch the ball in front of you, you come up and you punish them and punish them. In the 4th quarter, they'll give that ball back a little bit.
Stokes checks into the ball game. Some confusion in the San Francisco offense, and Steve Young is furious at Terry Kirby. In fact, he's going to have to burn a timeout here. 3rd and 9 from the 24. Kirby went to the left. Young was screaming and howling for him to go to the right. Finally, Kirby saw the play, and by then, Young had to burn a timeout. 5:03. We'll do the same. It's 14-10 Falcons. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Today's game brought to you by Piedmont Hospital and Thrifty Car Rental. I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Note, Pete Davis inside the sold-out Georgia Dome. 14-10 Falcons leading the 49ers. 5:03 left in the 3rd quarter. This is 3rd and 9 from the Falcons' 24 for the Niners. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kirby is the single setback behind Steve Young. Falcons showing blitz. Young will throw. Looking for a man in the end zone, and it's picked off by Eugene Robinson. 15-20, 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. Eugene Robinson looking for a block. 30, 25, 20, still on his feet and tackled by Terry Kirby, but there is a penalty marker down at the 27-yard line, and there is a fight going on around the 43-yard line of the Falcons. It is still going on. It looks like Monday Night Nitro.
They're going to throw somebody out on this one. I hope it's not Dronette. It's got to be Gogan or Ray Brown. Shane Dronette put a block on him. They didn't like it. And I think he put a block on Brown, and they came over there and peeled back on him. What a play, though. I mean, what am I worried about the goofy fight? What a play. Bad route by Stokes. He throws it up for grabs. Stokes is not running the right route. And he throws it up to grabs, and Eugene Robinson, another huge play out of Eugene Robinson.
Eugene Robinson coming through in these games of consequence. He did it in Green Bay. He does it in Atlanta. And Jerry Markwright and his officiating crew have convened more than the Senate about impeachment.
Well, they're going to throw somebody out here, I think. You know, there was 2-on-1 there on Shane Dronette. That was Ray Brown and Gogan, those two 320-pound behemoths, and Gogan is the dirtiest player in the NFL, reputedly. Allegedly, you have to say, I guess, don't you?
You can say whatever you want.
He is a dirty player.
You played 18 seasons. You can make your point. Mark Wright continues to talk. His officiating crew is gathered. Here goes.
Holding 66 offense. That penalty is declined. The play stands. We have dead ball fouls on both teams. They offset. First down Atlanta.
All right, so it's an 80-yard return by Eugene Robinson. And listen to the Georgia Dome. The momentum shifts at a time when the Falcons desperately needed it. The 49ers were moving deep in Falcons territory, and now with a big turnover. And you mentioned, Jeff, that as many times as they're putting up the football, that something like this is going to happen. All right, we got 4:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Falcons lead 14-10. They've got the ball deep in territory of the San Francisco 49ers. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. 10 from the 20-yard line of the 49ers. Tony Martin is split to the right. Double tight end set for the Falcons now. O.J. Santiago is to the left side. Ed Smith to the right. Here's the give. Jamal Anderson up the middle, now taking it to the outside. Jamal on his feet, 15, spinning down to the 10-yard line. Should have enough for another Falcons first down. Tackle by Merton Hanks. It is a gain of 10. Missed tackles by San Francisco by Tim McDonald. And they're going to mark it. They're not going to give him the first down. They're going to give him a 9-yard gain. Jeff, it looked like he had reached the 10-yard line with the spin, but it will be marked now at the 11.
Yep, call him where his knee was down, probably. Nice job, though. Even him up with the 2 tight ends and make the 2 linebackers come up there and McDonald make a tackle. He's a good tackler, but I don't know if he can take Jamal down easily.
Double tight end set. 2nd and 1, I formation behind Chandler. Martin split to the left. Jamal Anderson gets the call, gets the first down, and tackled again by Tim McDonald, but this time down to around the 7-yard line. And Chris Chandler is trying to get everybody pumped up and trying to get the crowd to quiet a little bit because it is so loud down in that end zone area. Right now, a San Francisco 49er player is down. He is injured. Okay, it's Junior Bryant who has a footwear problem. Trying to put his shoe back on, Jeff.
He's playing so hard he ran out of his shoes.
Jamal Anderson's numbers: 18 carries for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Clock is running now at 3 minutes 27 seconds, and still Bryant is having a very hard time with that shoe. He's going to come off. So first and goal now from the 7 for the Falcons. Mathis split to the left. I formation behind Chris Chandler. Chandler give Jamal Anderson left side. Here come the Niners, and he goes down. Maybe even lost a yard. Nothing doing on that left side of the line for the Falcons. Roy Barker is there along with Winfred Tubbs. Clock continuing to run now inside 3 minutes at 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Falcons lead 14-10. And he will go down at the 15-yard line. There's Chris Dolman, the sackmeister. It is a loss of 8. And Chandler is unhappy. 16 sacks on the year for Chris Dolman. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remain in the third quarter.
Don't give up a touchdown in that respect. I mean, don't give up an interception. Good coverage by the Niners. Tubbs on Santiago. That's where he wanted to go late. Kozlowski well covered by Woodall, and it couldn't shake loose Martin on Darnell Walker.
Mathis left, Martin right. Third and goal from the 15-yard line. Anderson single setback. Chandler will throw. The drop. Pocket is collapsing. Chandler still on his feet. He's going to run with a football. Tackled at the 12 by Chris Dolman. But that pocket collapsed in a hurry. No place for him to go, and that means we will see Morton Anderson here for a field goal attempt.
That's tough. Too soft to set, though. Bob Whitfield's got to set hard. Charles Haley's been out of the game 2 years with a bad back. You cannot allow him to bull rush you, and that's what happened. He drove Bob Whitfield right back into Chris Chandler.
By bull rush, what do you mean?
Well, that's where you just charge him and bull right into him. No fancy moves, no try to get an edge of the shoulder. It's just a power rush forcing the tackle back. Usually you catch him high on his feet and you stand too tall.
Morton Anderson, a 29-yard field goal. Dan Straczynski is holding. Snap, and here's the kick. It is on the way. It's up, and it is good. It is good. 1 minute and 16 seconds remain in the third quarter. The Falcons have extended their lead. It is 17-10 on the 49ers. Station's attention, this is network break number 15. Network break number 15. This is the Atlanta Falcons radio network. Falcons 6 plays, 9 yards, 328. Morton Anderson from 29 yards out. Following the pass interception return by Eugene Robinson, it's 17-10 Falcons. A minute 16 left here in the third quarter. Morton Anderson will be kicking off from left to right across your radio dial. R.W. McQuarters is the deep man. And Jeff, this game has a very interesting feel about it.
Oh, it's tight. It's a one-play game, and it's tight, and you don't like that when you got Young's ability to throw the ball downfield.
Here's Morton Anderson. He stepped up to the football, and he hits it. It will take R.W. McQuarters about 5 yards back in the end zone. He'll bring it out. 5, 10, 15, and driven back by Randy Fuller, who makes a great classic tackle on R.W. McQuarters, and it's a good thing because there really wasn't anybody else over there on that side next to R.W. McQuarters. So the 49ers will take over the football at the 14-yard line.
And then you got a first-year player like R.W. McQuarters who helps you out a little bit.
1 minute and 4 seconds are left in the third quarter. 17-10 right now. Falcons are the 49ers. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. First and 10 from the 14 of the 49ers. Kirby in motion to the far side. Young will throw in the pocket, pumping, now in trouble. Running with the ball and tripped up and brought down at the 14-yard line by Esera Tuaolo, the left tackle who stopped Steve Young. And now we're inside a minute in the third quarter. A loss of 1, second and 11 from the 13. 57 seconds are left, and the clock is running at 55 seconds.
Very nice job, Cornelius Bennett. They had Owens in the slot. He bumps him a little bit, turns in over to Ray Buchanan. By the time Young tries to go back to his tight end, Greg Clark, Jesse Tuggles on him like a cheap suit of clothes.
3 wide receivers for the 49ers, 5 defensive backs here. Second and 11 from the 13. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Young. Here's the give. It's a draw play to Kirby, straight up the middle, and he is tackled at the 18. Maybe he got up to the 19-yard line. It is a pickup of 5. Keith Brooking is there for the Falcons, the right linebacker, the number 1 draft pick out of Georgia Tech, who looks better and better every time we see him in one of these games. And a saw Chris Chandler a couple of minutes ago on the telephone, and he was screaming and howling and very, very unhappy about something. So it's 3rd and 6 from the 18-yard line, and that is the end of the third quarter. The clock has expired. Now we go to the final 15 minutes. On to the fourth quarter. Falcons 17, 49ers 10. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. The Georgia Dome, everyone. I'm Jeff Hullinger with Jeff Van Oden and Pete Davis. After 3, Falcons lead 17-10. The numbers are this way. First downs, Falcons 14. San Francisco has 8. Rushing yards, 21 for the 49ers today. 122 for the Falcons. Passing yards, 164 for the Niners. 136 for the Falcons. Total offensive yards, 258 for Atlanta. 185 for San Francisco. Each team has had a turnover, and time of possession in favor of the Falcons, 26-34 to 18-26. Falcons are 13-0 when they have the advantage of time and of possession.
Let's make it 14-0.
Well, it has been a fascinating football game of a lot of momentum shifts, and some of it attributed to the officiating crew.
I'm sure that's going to be brought up after the game. I saw Paul Wiggin at halftime. He's a personnel scout for Minnesota. Paul Wiggin, a former NFL player, former coach for the 49ers. And I asked him, what do you thought about the difference that could be in the game? And everybody knows it. It's Steve Young.
3rd and 6 from the 18 of San Francisco. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Young will throw, setting up, looking, going across the middle all by himself is Jerry Rice. 35, 40, 45, 50. Falcon territory run out by Michael Booker. And that is a big play for the Niners, a gain of 38 to begin the fourth quarter.
Too much time. Way too much time. You can't allow Young to have that much time and Rice to cross over. And I thought Fuller messed up. They're playing Fuller in the slot today. And I'm not sure, but I thought maybe that he should have hung with Rice a little bit longer. Bradford must be hurt a little more seriously than we thought. He practiced this week. But it's Fuller who's been in the slot all day working against Rice, and that's a mismatch.
Rice 3 catches, 63 yards, 1st and 10 from the Falcon 44. Receivers to the left and right. Steve Young, play action, straight drop, looking across the middle, picked off! Picked off by William White! White, 45, and run out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Penalty markers are down everywhere. A 16-yard return by William White. Greg Clark was the intended receiver, and Young just flat out missed.
You said it, Jeff. He's trying to go to Clark, and I have no idea why he throws it to William White, but they've been throwing the ball way too much for anybody's liking.
Unnecessary roughness, number 83, San Francisco. Hit out of bounds, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That is J.J. Stokes with the late hit, and he helps turn on the Georgia Dome to begin the fourth quarter after the big play by Jerry Rice.
I have no idea why he's throwing this ball to William White. William's just kind of laying back in a deep zone. It's not a nickel because William usually does not play in the nickel situations, and he just throws it right to him.
Falcons need a touchdown here, Jeff. How big it would mean to be able to punch this ball into the end zone. It's spotted at the 36 of San Francisco. Tony Martin to the left. Terrence Mathis is to the right. I formation behind Chris Chandler. It's 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. O.J. Santiago steps back from the line. Now he is in motion to the near side. Chandler will throw. Pumping. Throwing. Right side completing to Kozlowski. And down at the 35-yard line, maybe a gain of a yard. Lee Woodall, the left outside linebacker, is there to make the stop for the 49ers.
Got to give it time, Chris. He had time. That's pretty good. Terrence Martin working against Tim McDonald. Tim McDonald's like a big linebacker back there. He's usually right up there behind Norton and in tackles with the 49ers because he plays close to the line of scrimmage. That's the mismatch you want. You got to give it a little bit more time.
2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers for the Falcons. Harrison Mathis to the left, Martin to the right. 2nd and 9 for Chris Chandler. Chandler, draw play. Jamal Anderson, right side, trying to spin out of the mass, the sea of 49ers that he is facing as he hits the line of scrimmage, but no go. There will not be much room there, so the Falcons now looking at 3rd and 8 from the 34-yard line.
I'll give the Niners some credit defensively. They've done a pretty good job in this second half of shoring up the middle of the line against that inside running by the Falcons. Junior Bryant, Shane Bonham, both of them been in there along with Norton and Tubbs. They've done a real good job of shutting down that middle run.
3rd and 8 from the 34-yard line. Tim Dwight has checked into the ball game. Dwight, Martin, Mathis, Santiago, the receivers here. 3rd and 8 from the 34. Mathis in motion. 49ers showing blitz. Here they come. Chandler gets the ball away, and it's complete. Complete to Tony Martin. Martin down inside the 20-yard line. First down, Falcons, gain of 16.
49ers come with a blitz. Jamal Anderson, yeah, he can do it all. He can block too. He puts McDonald up in the air, and there's a clear throwing lane right where McDonald was. Big play.
What a block by Jamal Anderson to make sure that Chandler was able to get that football away. So it's 1st and 10. Falcons driving at the 18-yard line of San Francisco. Tony Martin is split to the right. Double tight end set for the Falcons. Offset formation behind Chris Chandler. Chandler on the give. Jamal Anderson left side, taking it outside, now cutting it back inside. Down to the 16-yard line, tackled by Marquez Pope, the right cornerback. It is a gain of a yard, so 2nd and 9, ball at the 17, and the clock runs at 11:52.
Too many guys in the backfield, in the Falcons backfield. You pull a guard, and they were pulling Gene Williams right to left, and you can't allow all that penetration. Woodall's back there, Norton's back there, Marquez Pope. There's just nowhere to run.
Martin left, Mathis right. 2nd and 8 from the 16 of San Francisco. Falcons lead 17-10. We're here in the 4th quarter. I formation behind Chris Chandler. Now it's Mathis in motion near side. Draw play Jamal Anderson straight up the middle, looking for some running room and not finding much. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards before he is tackled by Winfred Tubbs and Shane Bonham. So the Falcons are looking at 3rd and 7 from the 15. The 49ers defense has been very tough. The 23rd rated defense in the National Football League has looked a lot better than that today.
That they have. I mean, they only give up about 100 yards rushing a game, but they give up usually 4.1 on the average. Good first half running by Jamal. They've slowed him down the second half.
Jamal has 102 yards, by the way. 3rd and 7 from the 15. 4 wide receivers. 3 to the right for the Falcons. 1 to the left. Mathis now in motion. Far side. Chandler will put it up, going for 6, and it's incomplete. Looking for Tony Martin in the near side of the end zone, but he was well covered on the timing play by Marquez Pope, and that means we will see Morton Anderson again.
No chance at all. That was good coverage by Marquez Pope. He's been out most of the year, missed a lot of games with a bad back. In fact, the last year he missed a lot of games too. He's reputed to be a pretty good corner, originally with the Rams. As a safety came there. They've been playing in a corner, and he makes a nice play in that ball.
This is going to be a 32-yard field goal attempt by Morton Anderson with Dan Straczynski holding the ball. A chance to put the Falcons on top by 10. There's the snap, the hold, and the kick is on the way. It's up, and it is good. So Morton Anderson is 2 for 2, and the Falcons stretch it out. 10:33 left in this game from the sold-out Georgia Dome. Falcons lead the 49ers 20-10. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. 7 plays, 21 yards, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. As Morton Anderson nails a 32-yarder, and now he gets ready to kick off from right to left across your radio dial. R.W. McQuarters is the deep man for the San Francisco 49ers, and the Dome crowd is on its feet. Here's the kick by Anderson. It is 5 yards deep for McQuarters. He'll bring it out. 5, 10, 12, and smack hard. Oh, is he hit by Elijah Williams, and Williams is trying to pump up the crowd in the end zone after a big special teams hit. And the 49ers take over the football at the 13-yard line. 10:22 left. Falcons 20, 49ers 10. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network.
The Carrollton boyfriend is now dead, and ICE could be on the roads tonight at WGST Atlanta Canton.
Back inside the Georgia Dome, Dan Reeves trying to get the crowd into it, waving his arms up. He wants everybody alive. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers. 2 receivers split to the left. 5. He gets to the 16-yard line. It is a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now from the 16.
What an advantage, Jeff, it is to have when you have every down linebackers. A guy who stays out is playing all the downs, and that's a Cornelius Bennett. He can rush the passer, he can play the run, and he can cover a back or somebody in the short zone.
2nd and 7 from the 16. Receivers to the left and right for Young to give to Kirby, and Kirby is spinning at the 17-yard line, but Jesse Tuggle will have none of it. Jesse Tuggle with his 8th tackle of the afternoon. And the numbers on Kirby, 8 carries for 21 yards. Garrison Hearst went out on the opening play of this football game. After picking up 7, he broke his leg. And the 49ers have been trying to run the ball ever since, but for the most part, today, and the pressure leans on Steve Young. 16 of 26, 206. 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. 3rd and 5 from the 18. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Now Owens in motion to the near side. Young will throw. Here comes the pressure. Gets it away to Owens. Owens to the 20, cutting it back in to the 25. Should have enough for a San Francisco first down. Tackled by Eugene Robinson. 9 minutes and 8 seconds are left in this football game. Owens has 7 catches for 68 yards.
Huge first down. They're bringing Cornelius Bennett off the edge here, and he's back in Young's face. Young gets rid of it quickly, and there's Terrell Owens, his ability to run away from Eugene Robinson, in and out. Eugene should have stayed a little bit more inside. Tough call.
Owens left, Stokes right. 1st and 10 from the 25. I formation behind Young. Play action, looking, keeping the football, pumping, still going to the near side, run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5 by Steve Young, who was run out of bounds by Cornelius Bennett. So call it 2nd and 5 from the 30. That'll stop the clock at 8:37. No, sir. The clock will continue to run at 8 minutes and 32 seconds. So 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Falcons lead 20 to 10. Owens to the left. Stokes to the right. Mark Edwards the fullback. Terry Kirby is the running back. Here's the give. It's to the fullback, Mark Edwards. The right side on the draw play up to the 34 and a half. He needed to get to the 35 for the first down. As Sarah Tuaolo is there from the left tackle to make the stop. And he will be just short of that first down check.
Falcons resting some players. Travis Hall, Cornelius Bennett trying to catch their wind a little bit on the sideline. And now another big 3rd down play.
3rd and 1. About a half yard, really. Falcons making some substitution changes. 49ers 5 of 11 on 3rd down. And I think the Falcons are going to burn a timeout here to make sure that they are ready and set to go on the defensive side of the football. And yes, that's exactly what they are going to do. We got 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in this football game. Falcons lead 20 to 10. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Today's game brought to you by Chevy Trucks and Airtran Airways. 3rd and about a half yard for the 49ers. Here's the give. Kirby straight ahead. Looks like he has it up for a San Francisco first down. Chuck Smith on the tackle. And the clock continues to run. 7 minutes, 25 seconds left. 20 to 10, Falcons.
7 out of 13 conversions now. 3rd down for the 49ers. Falcons are usually pretty good defensively on the conversions, but the 49ers are one of the better offensive teams. I think it was 46% I said early in the game. That has been a little bit of offense that they've had. They've been able to get this 3rd down conversion and pass it.
1st and 10 from the 36. 4 wide receivers for Steve Young. 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Mark Edwards, single step back, play action. Young throwing far side of the football field. Has his man and a great tackle. Great tackle on Terrell Owens by Randy Fuller, who made sure that he didn't get anything other than where he was falling down. It's a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 now from the 40.
Run the crisscross blitz in the middle. That's Cornelius Bennett, Keith Brooking, crisscrossing, trying to mess up the blocking assignments of the linemen in the back. Good pickup by Mark Edwards on Brooking.
Stokes and Rice to the left. Owens and Kirby to the right. 2nd and 6 from the 40. The 8th play of the drive to Steve Young. Young steps up, throwing far side of the football field. Has his man. It is complete to J.J. Stokes. Pushed out of bounds by Michael Booker. And that will be enough for a San Francisco 49er first down. Clock now becoming a big story in this game. Now at the 6-minute mark, inside 6 minutes, it's running.
A little more careful offense. They really haven't tried to go up top. Maybe after that interception, they pulled it in a little bit as far as what they're trying to do offensively.
Owens left, Stokes and Kirby right. First and 10 from the 49-yard line of San Francisco. Young drops back. Across the middle, Stokes it. Kirby has it, but a big stick. Big hit by the hammer on Mark Edwards. It is Jesse Tuggle's 9th tackle of the afternoon. But a wicked shot. Second and 8, gain of 2.
I think of all the things I've read this week, the article about Jesse Tuggle, great football player from Griffin, Georgia, out of Valdosta State, free agent. What a tremendous story. One of the Falcons' all-time great football players.
Owens left, Stokes is right. Kirby and Edwards are behind Steve Young. Second and 8 from the 49 of the Falcons. Young running the throw, and now he'll keep the football and just spin around and go down in Falcon territory at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of about 4.
Go, clock, go.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now myself. Steve Young's numbers on the afternoon, 20 of 30, 228 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And Young has also run the ball 6 times for a total of 9 yards. But yes, to echo your comments, go clock, 4 minutes and 35 seconds left. Falcons lead 20 to 10. Fans on their feet. 3rd and 4 from the 45 of the Falcons. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Falcons showing blitz. Young will throw across the middle. Stokes all by himself. 30, 25, 20. Cutting it to the middle. Now taking it to the outside and tackled at the 12-yard line. A big play by the San Francisco 49ers. A gain of 34 yards. Pete Brooking on the tackle for the Falcons. But Stokes found a seam and was all by his lonesome self in the Falcons secondary.
They didn't get any bump on the line. I think it's probably going to be Booker and Fuller. They just, well, it's a pick play. I'm watching a replay now. It's a pretty good pick play by Terrell Owens and Stokes, and he gets wide open on the inside slant.
For the 49ers, their 4th play over 30 yards today. First and 10 from the 12. Double tight end set for Young. Young will throw again and dumps it across the middle to Kirby. Kirby tackled at the 9-yard line by Cornelius Bennett. And the clock, yes, it continues to run. Now, inside, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 3:26 and running. Falcons 20 to 10. But the ball is now at the 8-yard line of Atlanta.
49ers, they like to throw the touchdown pass from out and let them run in with a touchdown. They don't like to get too close to the end zone and throw the short touchdown.
Young 7 of 7 on the drive. 2nd and 6 now from the 8. Owens in motion left. And this time Young will keep the football. He says he's going to get into the end zone. Steve Young, touchdown. Steve Young keeps the football and runs in from the 8-yard line. And the 49ers have cut into that San Francisco lead, into that Atlanta lead now. It is Steve Young's 7th rushing touchdown of this football season.
And it's all Steve Young on this drive, making plays with his feet, making plays with his arm.
And in for the point after attempt is Wade Ritchie.
There is a flag down deep in the end zone. And it's probably going to be defensive holding.
The player got off the field. There is no foul.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Wade Ritchie with the point after attempt. And it has gotten very quiet here inside the dome with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in this game. Oops, here's the snap, and they will go for the 2-point conversion. It's Ty Detmer looking for a target. Has his man. It's Greg Clark to get the 2-point conversion. How about that? Going for the 2-pointer all the way, and Detmer makes the throw to the tight end, Greg Clark. 2 minutes, 57 seconds remain in the game from the Georgia Dome. The Falcons leading the 49ers 20 to 18. This is the Atlanta Falcons Radio Network. 13 plays, 87 yards, 7:38. Steve Young an 8-yard touchdown run. Falcons defense having a tough time slowing Young. 7 of 7 on that drive. And they get the point after on the 2-pointer. And now it's 20 to 18. Falcons lead, but they are all lined up on the left side of the field for the onside onside kick. Wade Ritchie is the kicker, and all of the 49ers are the far side of the football field. And the Falcons have put the soft-handed specialist up front in anticipation of this onside kick. Now, the 49ers are moving back to more of a balanced line where they've got 5 people on the left and to the right. So we'll see if they do the onside kick. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Wade Ritchie will kick off.
Out of bounds.
And he will kick the ball out of bounds. So a break for the Falcons with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left. 20-18, Falcons lead the Niners.
They've only got 4 downs in this. Not a bad play. I mean, except for the bad kickoff by wide right Ritchie. They've only made 4 first downs in the second half. Talk about the Falcons offense. 3 first downs, and this game is over. The Niners have 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. You gotta get some offense.
A break for the Falcons with Ritchie kicking the football out of bounds, so it's at the 40-yard line of Atlanta. First and 10 from the 40. Tony Martin split to the left. Ed Smith to the right. I formation behind Chandler. Here's the give. Jamal Anderson, left side, taking it outside. Anderson, a little bit of running room, and then tackled at the 44-yard line. He stays inbounds. Clock running at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Pickup of 4, second and 6 from the 44-yard line.
Oh, nice block. Bob Kozlowski cuts down Lee Woodall, and Jamal's able to get outside for the very first time today.
Jamal, 23 carries, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dan Reeves along the sidelines. He's gone all the way down there with Harold Richardson next to him. Second and 6 from the 44. 2:14 are left. Double tight end set for the Falcons. Snap is split to the right side. Offset I formation behind Chris Chandler. Now in motion, it's Mathis. Give is to Jamal Anderson, who's pile driving, still trying to find some running room. And he comes out of a pile at the 47-yard line. We are at the 2-minute warning. 1 minute and 59 seconds are left in the football game. And the Falcons lead the 49ers 20-18. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Today's game brought to you by AirTran Airways. Now there's a more civilized way to save. AirTran Airways, it's something else. 3rd and 3 from the 47 of the Falcons. A minute 59 is left. Everybody is standing. This is the play of the season, simply put.
I don't disagree with that. It's a huge play. They have shut the Falcons' run down in the second half. I think I'd go with the safest pass I have in my offense in this situation.
Martin to the right, Mathis and Dwight to the left. Jamal, single setback behind Chandler. Now in motion, O.J. Santiago near side. Give Jamal Anderson. Left side, Jamal Anderson. First down, Falcons. Wow. The clock now runs at 1 minute and 50 seconds. The ball is in San Francisco territory. Tackled by Brinson Buckner. Timeout, 49ers.
What a great call. You think back about it. Put him in the cluster formation. Spread him out a little bit. Great block on Charles Haley by Santiago coming in motion. Great call. Dan Reeves, remember that call in this game in November where Terrence Mathis went for the touchdown against McWaters? Same type of thing here with a run play.
Jamal Anderson, 26 carries, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So we got 1 minute and 47 seconds left in this game, Jeff. And it has been something else this afternoon. From the opening play when Garrison Hearst broke his leg, it has been a game really of 2 sagas where the Falcons rush out with a lot of momentum that look like maybe they might even blast them out of this game. And as it would happen, the 49ers hang around and make the most of every opportunity led by the one and only Steve Young.
Well, you lose a guy like Garrison Hearst, you lose a big thing you've been doing. The last 6 games of the season, the 49ers have averaged 200 yards a game rushing to protect their defense. But, I'm just, this game, I want to say it's over. It's a minute 42nd. The Falcons, they have 1 timeout left on by the 49ers. They should be able to run this ball out.
First and 10 now from the 47 of San Francisco. Terrence Mathis in motion to the right. I formation. Here's the give. Jamal Anderson right up the middle. Tackled by Tim McDonald. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe even 1. San Francisco will take a timeout here. 1 1 minute and 40 seconds are left in the football game. The Falcons lead 20-18. That is the 49ers' final timeout.
They can't sit on it if they're going to run the ball. They've got to run it. And they didn't get much of a push at all. They're not ready to go into Z-back. You've got a minute and 15 you can run off if you run all 3 downs. I don't think you want to do that given where the ball is and you're only up 2. So you only got 2 downs, and theoretically you're going to be able to get maybe 50 seconds out of here. 49ers are going to get the ball on a Dan Straczynski punt. Here I'm talking about running it out. Now I think about it a little bit more. Probably with about 45 seconds to go and no timeouts, and have to drive just for a field goal, unless you can get a first down.
The thought of Steve Young and Owens together again is an unattractive thought at this juncture. 2nd and 9 from the 46 of San Francisco. Mathis is to the left now. Double tight end set now for the Falcons. Offset eye behind Chris Chandler. Chandler gives Jamal Anderson the left side, wrapped up in a hurry. Goes down. No place at all. Brenson Buckner is there to lead the charge by the 49ers. 1 minute and 27 seconds left in the game. Clock is running. 20-18. Falcons have the lead on San Francisco. So it's 3rd and 12. Jeff, what do you do here?
I think you keep running it. I wanted to throw it on that down, the safest pass they have, but I think you keep running it. You look back at the clock now, they're going to be able to run this thing down even on a 4th down to about 30 seconds left.
Falcons 4 receivers here, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Now O.J. Santiago is in motion to the near side. Here's the pitch. Jamal Anderson, left side, trying to turn it out. And he's pushed out of bounds by Winfred Tubbs with 49 seconds left, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Falcons.
Jamal needed to get down. He knew he needed to get down. They could have gotten themselves... he needed to get down. That's a huge play.
Dan Straczynski checks into the ball game, one of the best at placing the football, and they need one here. The deep man is R.W. McQuarters. Steve Young has been throwing the ball along the sidelines of the 49ers. Here's the snap. Here comes the pressure. Straczynski gets it away. It is a high spiral, and McQuarters will take it at the 11. Now trying to take it to the outside. Of 8 by McQuarters, who was out across the 10-yard line, was looking for running room and went further backwards than he did forward.
Rookie out of Oklahoma State's made 3 huge mistakes in the kicking game. Twice he's taken it out from the deep in the end zone on the kickoff returns and has given the 49ers ball backed up under their 15. Now he gives ground on a punt. Just 3 mistakes in the kicking game.
38 seconds remain. Falcons 20, 49ers 18. Fans on their feet in the sold-out Georgia Dome. It is loud. Jerry Rice into the ballgame. 6 defensive backs for the Falcons. 2 to the left for wide receivers, 1 to the right for the 49ers. And the officials will step in. Somebody has been throwing a little football down onto the field, a plastic ball, and Jerry Markwright retrieves it and gets rid of it.
I thought that was one of those Chick-fil-A cows left over from the Peach Bowl.
No, that one said "Go Hogs" on it. 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line for the 49ers. 38 seconds or left. 20-18, Falcons lead. Stokes, Owens, and Rice for the receivers. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Steve Young. Young will throw from his end zone. Stepping up across the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking for Terrell Owens at the 14-yard line, but it was not there, and 33 seconds remain. 2nd down.
Nice pressure. Excuse me, nice pressure, Travis Hall. Get a little choked up here, Note. Getting tight. I'm getting tight up in the throat. Nice pressure from Travis Hall that time.
Steve Young has 11 fourth-quarter comebacks in his career. 33 seconds remain. 2nd and 10 from the 4. 4 wide receivers for the Niners. 2 left, 2 right. Young setting up, and it looks like maybe it's procedure against the right guard, Kevin Gogan, who stood up. Penalty markers are down
Prior to the
everywhere.
snap, false start, 66 offense. After this is to the goal.
Crowd's in it, Jeff. Crowd's been a factor today on some of these illegal procedures. Big down in the end zone. The crowd is standing in the end zone, making a lot of noise.
Our thanks to Rick Baker, our stat man. Tim Anderson is our spotter. Miller Coach is our engineer. 2nd and 12 now. The ball at the 2-yard line. 4 wide receivers for the Niners. 2 to the left. 2 to the right for Young. Young will throw. Stepping up and completing the football to Chuck Levy, who came out, and he is out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Clock now at 23 seconds. 24 seconds are remaining. Tackled by Brooking, and Young just throws the football away. 18 seconds are left in the football game. It is spotted at the 26-yard line of San Francisco. A pickup of 24.
They've been throwing these seam patterns. Chuck Levy caught one, led to that other touchdown in the first half. And all it is last week they did it against Green Bay. If you watch that game, 4 go. They spread 4 guys out across the field. They're kind of equally spaced. They just run down and he hits a guy with a seam. It's like 4 tight ends or 2 tight ends in the middle of the field, except they're wide receivers.
18 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 26 of San Francisco. 4 wide receivers. 2 left, 2 right. Young will throw. Dropping back. Looking. Far side of the football field. And it's almost intercepted by Ray Buchanan. Couldn't hang on to the football. Elijah Williams and Buchanan were there at the far side of the football field. 11 seconds left.
Nice call, Rich Brooks. He's got Elijah Williams running short, and the best coverage we've seen of Elijah Williams all year long. He's got Ray Buchanan backing up, and Ray's making a play on the ball. And they're getting a little pressure. Chuck Smith working against Dave Fiore.
11 seconds are left. Falcons lead 20 to 18. 3rd and 10 from the San Francisco 26. 4 wide receivers. 3 to the right. 1 to the left. Single setback behind Steve Young. Here's Young, the drop. Rolling, looking, going long, near sideline. Ball is up for grabs. Who has it? Falcons have it! Falcons have it! Falcons have it! Eugene Robinson, the interception, and the Falcons have won the football game. It's on to the next step. The Falcons win 20 to 18. Interception by Eugene Robinson. Listen to the dome. Wow. And the Falcons advance to the NFC Championship for the first time in team history. And Jeff Van Note now makes his way to the Atlanta Falcons dome, to the dome locker room. Steve Young now walking off as the San Francisco 49ers season is over. What a game. 20 to 18. The Falcons move on. You're listening to Atlanta Falcons football. Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. Wow. Unbelievable. Falcons have made it to the NFC Championship game. They beat the 49ers today 20 to 18. And Steve Young going for something, trying to get something done long. And Eugene Robinson and William White went up for the old tip drill. And Robinson came down with it, and White took it. So White is credited with the interception. The Falcons are credited with the victory. There is so much emotion in this Georgia Dome this afternoon. It is staggering. If you have spent any time at all in Atlanta as a Falcons fan, as a lover of the National Football League, just sit here and savor this. I don't care where you are, if you're in the Dome, if you're in the parking lot, if you're at your workplace, or somewhere traveling around the state of Georgia or anywhere on the Atlanta Falcons radio network, just savor this. Just savor this. Think about all of the 49ers teams that have come in here who have given the Falcons such a difficult time over the last 2 decades. And today, the Falcons also exercise the ghost of the Dallas Cowboys and Danny White. Man, oh man, I wish you were here inside the Georgia Dome. It is something else. 20 to 18 is the final. Falcons are winners today with San Francisco. Let's take a look at some numbers now. Chris Chandler, 13 of 19, 169 yards, 1 interception. Terrence Mathis, whose wife gave birth to a healthy baby girl this morning, happiest man maybe around. He had 5 catches for 71 yards. Jamal Anderson today, 29 carries, 115. And man, oh man, when he got the first down there late in the fourth quarter, the biggest play of the season, that really helped seal the deal. The Falcons did not have any penalties in the second half. They had six of them in the first half. On third down conversions today, 5 of 10 for the Falcons, and team rushing a total of 136 for the Falcons today. Time of possession, always that very important statistic to take a look at. 34-45 for the Falcons. They again win the battle of possession. For San Francisco, Steve Young, 23 of 37, 289 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 pass interceptions. Terrell Owens had 8 catches, 73 yards, he being the hero from last week's San Francisco game at 3Com against Green Bay. Jerry Rice, 3 catches, 63 yards. J.J. Stokes, 5 catches for 76 yards. Steve Young ran the ball today 7 times for 17 yards. Garrison Hearst was injured on the opening play of this football game. He broke his leg. That after a 7-yard pickup, and all afternoon long, I think the 49ers kind of figured that, look, we're not going to be able to run the ball much. The only way we're going to be able to win this game is through the air, and you know what? They almost did it today. All right, we will have Jeff Van Note inside the locker room. We will have plenty of coverage for you. It is a great day to be an Atlanta Falcons player and fan wherever you may be. Again, the Falcons move on to the NFC Championship game. Falcons over the 49ers